This man possesses countless superpowers, because he awakened the world's only 3S-level talent, infinite extraction. With this ability he can absorb all talents and powers, strengthening himself. Watch this all-around war god as he tramples over billions of demonic beasts, saving Lan Xian Liang Kuan-Yer. At this moment, the sky above the city is covered in darkness. The coverage and density are not as simple as dark clouds, and at this moment, a beam of light descended from the sky onto Chen Fan. Immediately, a window popped up in front of Chen Fan. From everyone's performance, it can be seen that each person has a system like this in front of them, sliding the data panel. This is not a physical entity, but a virtual image. However, which country on Blue Planet has such technology? At this moment, the system's voice sounded. The Heavenly Slaughter event is about to begin. All able-bodied individuals worldwide aged 15 to 50 will descend into the Heaven Slaughter event at the same time. It is a place where giant beasts roam, demons are everywhere, and myriad races coexist. It is filled with death and danger, but also abundant with resources and opportunities. There, you might face death at any moment. You might also gain immortality. Right after that, beams of light shone on everyone. Chen Fan was no exception. Could this be an alien invasion of Blue Star? But the system prompted again. This is Blue Star's only chance for self-redemption. Good luck, humans. As the prompt for arriving at the novice village sounded, Chen Fan also realized that this wasn't a joke. This world before him was completely unlike anything he'd seen on Blue Star. This world didn't seem very friendly either. Falling from such a height. Do they want me to hit the ground and die? And everything in front of him. It's like being in a game world. He discovered. Everyone appeared in a small cabin. This cabin is blessed by heaven. Without the owner's permission, no one can enter. Suddenly, a status panel popped up, but the combat power rating is 1 star. Could it be the lowest level? Chen Fan casually opened the public chat channel again. It was full of people who had been teleported here, various messages asking for help. Some individuals, like him, had studied their own attribute data. There was a boxing enthusiast, Wang Chang's mindset, whose attributes were relatively higher than others. It seems that combat power is related to the thinking index. Increasing the thinking index can enhance combat power. The chances of survival will increase slightly. Currently, most people are at 1 star. Only a few are at the 1 star limit, and at this moment, the system prompts again. Based on the thinking index and nature, everyone can awaken their innate abilities. These abilities are divided into 9 levels, from the lowest grade S to the strongest SSS. Abilities above SSG are unique. Isn't this just like a game world? So Chen Fan eagerly chose to awaken his abilities. He then entered another space. Blue light orbs were everywhere. They occasionally flew towards him. However, based on his many years of reading novels, in his experience, each orb should represent a kind of talent. Chen Fan carefully observed these orbs and dodged the incoming ones. A powerful talent must have something special. He had to find it. While he was still searching around, suddenly a ball of light flew rapidly toward him, landing on his chest, and then disappeared. Immediately, a surge of energy erupted, making him extremely uncomfortable. Congratulations, you have awakened the SSS-level talent ability Endless Extraction. This talent can extract from any target and achieve unexpected results. Chen Fan couldn't believe it. It turned out to be a unique SSS-level talent. All 1,000 people in the novice village have now completed their talent awakening. Less than 2% of them awakened D-level talents. So isn't my SSS-level talent extremely rare? Who is the other awakened one above C rank? I wonder who it is. At this moment, a self-promoter on the public channel, an awakened one with C-rank talent, has already received various promotions. I really didn't expect this. A C-rank can be so popular. What if I reveal my SSS rank talent? Wouldn't they treat me like a deity? But after all, this is a massacre event. SSS level talent ability is my trump card for survival in this world, and something that must never be exposed. At this moment, the system's prompt came again. Newbie assessment will start in 10 seconds. Those who do not meet the standards will be obliterated on the spot. To survive, one must hunt various fierce beasts, demons, and monsters, and extract energy from them. Once the upgrade prompt ends, a rusty dagger slowly emerges from the light screen. Chen Fan grasps the handle and swings it a few times, finding it quite handy. It was at this moment he had an idea. With one hand on the axe blade, he activated his innate ability, Infinite Extraction. A flash of white light passed. The rust on the blade disappeared at a visible speed, becoming radiant, like a new blade. Endless extraction successful, and the rust and debris on the novice dagger have been completely removed. The novice dagger has been upgraded to a refined steel dagger. With just one extraction, the novice dagger has gone from rank 0 to rank 1. If I keep extracting and upgrading, won't I be invincible? Then he raised the blade to continue extracting, but couldn't help but fail. The target's quality was too low. The extraction limit was reached. Just as expected, Chen Fan swung the steel knife and was quite satisfied, at least at first. His weapon was better than anyone else's. At this moment, a clamor arose outside the wooden cabin. He hurriedly went forward and pushed open the wooden door. What he saw was rows of small wooden cabins. At this time, people emerged from each cabin. Some were men, Some were women, some were old, some were young, and each person had a different innate ability. Some had enhanced hearing, speed enhancement, olfactory talent ability. Everyone chats while looking at the blue-lit exit ahead. On the other side, a bloody massacre is happening. Hundreds have already gathered in the square, chattering non-stop. Yet no one drives them away. Nobody wants to be the first to stand out. But at that moment, a loud noise echoed through the arena. Everyone was startled and looked in the direction of the sound. They saw a muscular man punch and shatter a huge rock. When they saw the muscular man's face, everyone recognized him. It was none other than Wang Chang, who was dedicated to extreme stances. In an instant, a group of fans surrounded Wang Chang. "What talent do you have?" "I have an earth-level talent, berserk strength. My strength triples when I use my talent." "I remember his strength is 18, so tripled, it's 53. No wonder he can shatter a boulder with one punch." At this moment, Wang Chang was feeling quite proud from the praise. To demonstrate his strength, he was the first to venture into the beasts. As Wang Chang delved deeper, he seemed to sense a hint of danger. Drawing closer to him, a giant rabbit suddenly appeared behind Wang Chang. The system broadcasted. Newbie Wang Chang was killed by a level 1 fierce beast, the blood pressure rabbit. Everyone's getting anxious and starting to panic. An initial level beast is actually this powerful. This made Chen Fan break out in a cold sweat. The Heavenly Dao system to prevent people from hiding in the novice village. The Heavenly Dao kindly reminded everyone the protection mechanism would fail. Chen Fan quickly pondered. Since it's the beginner's village, there should be a way to get through. Some bolder ones, and those with quick wits suggest everyone team up to clear the area, but to hide his gifted abilities. Chen Fan chose to level up alone. Chen Fan stepped out of the beginner's village and saw nothing but weeds and shrubs. The surroundings exuded a primitive and wild feeling. It seems like in the next second, a dinosaur will jump out of the bushes. A nauseating smell of blood fills the air. With the scent, Chen Fan slowly walks to the corpse of the reckless and arrogant Wang Chang. So this world of slaughter is real. It seems to survive in this time. You must be extremely cautious and keep getting stronger, or you could lose your life at any moment. Suddenly, Chen Fan had a brainwave. He placed his right hand on Wang Chang. He activated the endless extraction skill. The system immediately prompted that the extraction was successful. He gained an earth-level talent, strength enhancement. At this moment, Chen Fan's strength surged directly from the original 8 points to 24 points. He finally understood the true usage of his SSS-level talent. As long as there is enough time, he will gain countless talents and abilities. With endless extraction, Chen Fan will have no weaknesses. Not far away lies the culprit who killed Wang Chang. Judging by the wounds, he was beaten to death by later arrivals. Chen Fan doesn't care about that and immediately starts extracting from the beast. Extracted 2 points of strength attribute. Combined with the berserk strength talent, strength triples, equivalent to 30 points of strength for others. Chen Fan thought directly, "I'll follow the route of that team just now and check the bodies." Just after taking a few steps, the Heavenly Dao announcement came. Rookie Liu was humiliated and killed by a level 1 fierce beast. He was killed even while in a team. This indicates that the situation they encountered was very dangerous. He had a thought. Quickly abandoning his original route, he decided to follow and see. There might be an unexpected gain. He thought of a problem. When he extracted Wang Chang, he got a talent ability. When he extracted the level 1 blood pressure rabbit, he got 2 strength attributes. It's obvious that level 1 ferocious beasts and humans are different. Since that's the case, he might as well look for Liu's body. Maybe he can get another new talent. That would be more cost-effective. Beginners are often killed by first-level fierce beasts using annihilation techniques. Chen Fan was shocked. These two might have died in the same place. Then the danger this group faced is more terrifying than he imagined. At least one team couldn't handle it. Even though 2 people had already died, she still had to keep busy. He hesitated for a moment, but still headed in that direction. As the saying goes, fortune favors the bold. Without taking risks, how can one seize opportunities? Just like that, Chen Fan carefully wove through the bushes, very cautiously. A quarter of an hour later, he reached a nearby depression. He could smell the scent of blood before getting close. He quickly crouched down, using the cover of the tall grass, to carefully approach the front. The recently killed beginners, Zhou Qing and Liu, were right ahead. However, he didn't immediately go over. Not far away lay a severely injured fierce beast. Chen Fan leapt up, gripping 2 knives and charged at the giant rat. The giant rat sensed it, and immediately woke up from its dazed state. It directly slapped at Chen Fan, with great force. One of the steel knives was slapped away, but just at that moment, Chen Fan's right hand flashed with light. Another steel knife thrust forward. This was his follow-up move. Blood spurted. With the power berserk talent enhancement, Chen Fan's knife pierced through the thick beast's fur. The giant rat let out a piercing scream. Then another charged strike blasted the dog. It took 4 or 5 people to gang up to kill this murderer. He just took it down on his own. At this moment, a white light rose from the giant rat and surged into Chen Fan's body, killed a level 1 giant rat, and successfully gained 30 energy points. Chen Fan pulled out the steel knife embedded in the giant rat, used endless extraction on the 3 of them, gained 2 points in agility attributes, and the FG talent scent enhancement. Scent is enhanced tenfold when used. This is really helpful for me in such a vast space to find bodies. And I can smell the scent of beasts from far away. On fierce beasts, avoid danger in advance. Every time after using the steel knife, you must use infinity to extract and purify the rust and residue on it before continuing forward. At this time, after Chun Fan enhanced his sense of smell tenfold, the smell of blood in the air was nauseating, but there was no other choice. If you can't use this talent well, it will inevitably add a lot of danger. Try to relax. Continue to feel the scent. This is the scent of soil. This is the scent of flowers. Something is approaching. In the distance, a giant rat is being surrounded and beaten by a master. With their coordinated efforts, they successfully killed it. But the appearance of two giant rats at the same time left everyone exhausted. They also lost two companions. At this moment, everyone turned toward the injured giant rat. Chun Fan saw the others getting closer and closer. While he had already killed the giant rat, to avoid conflict with them, quickly used speed enhancement to leave that place. In this world of killing, kindness and humility will only cost you your life. Only by fighting for resources with all your might can you survive. In the blink of an eye, 3 hours passed. Chun Fan also figured out the situation of this newbie plane. There are 5 types of first-class killers here. They are saber-toothed giant, blood-fang rabbit, prairie grey wolf, ferocious wild boar, and venomous 9-ring snake. He also discovered a rule. He can only extract 3 times endlessly from each type of beast. Each time he can get 2 attribute points. After this search, only encountered the highly venomous 9-ringed snake once. Additionally, 7 more people have died during this time, and he only found 1 corpse. Extracted visual enhancement talent from it. Combat assessment also reached 2 stars. Now Chun Fan is quite confident in soloing a level 1 beast. There is a stench of the venomous 9-ringed snake, and a fragrance of flowers wafting over. He immediately followed the scent. He discovered a 9-ringed snake, guarding a blue fruit flower. To be guarded by a fierce beast, this flower must be extraordinary, highly toxic. The 9-ringed snake seemed to notice Chun Fan. It quickly launched an attack in his direction. Chun Fan easily dodged and counterattacked, but the snake's scales were too tough. Chun Fan's steel knife couldn't cut through. The attacked 9-ringed snake lashed out angrily, its tail striking a nearby rock. The fragments hit Chun Fan directly. Seizing the opportunity, it opened its huge mouth towards Chun Fan. Chun Fan seized the moment and used berserk strength in 1 slash. He stabbed the 9-ringed snake in the upper jaw, then simultaneously slashed with a steel knife at the snake's weakest spot. The 9-ringed snake was thus cut into vertical segments. If it weren't for the snake's bloated belly slowing its movements, it might not have been so easily killed. Then he cut open the snake's belly. Inside, there were corpses. He could only do as usual, extract his innate ability, gain innate visual enhancement. What he didn't expect was, after multiple accumulations, the F-level visual enhancement not only upgraded to level 1, he also awakened a new talent skill, the Eye of Truth, which can see the essence of all things in the world. Chin Feng couldn't help but feel a surge inside. When similar talent skills stack, they evolve. There is also a chance to awaken active skills. Then he began to enjoy the red glow in his hand, gaining 8 points of constitution and 100% poison resistance. No wonder that 9-ring snake risked its life to guard this spirit. It turns out its value is equal to 4 one-strike beasts. Meanwhile, the cold window indicates Qin Feng's combat power assessment has reached the 2-star limit, but this is just a panel based on his mental attributes, adding actual strength to the 4 extracted talents. I'm afraid the real combat power is already infinitely close to the 3-star limit. At this moment, the Heavenly Dao announcement keeps popping up. Due to the appearance of a 3-star player in this novice village, the top 100 ranking channel is activated. I didn't expect to be only 47, and currently, nearly 10 people have already leveled up. It looks like I need to speed up my monster hunting at level 2. Moreover, the first player to reach level 10 can get a golden treasure chest as a reward. Then Qin Feng quickly headed into the forest, and soon encountered a demonic hand. It was a mutated grey wolf with 4-star maximum strength. As they say, high risk, high reward. I wonder about you, mutant. What reward can you bring me? Qin Feng suddenly leapt up, and thrust the short sword in his hand straight at the grey wolf. However, it was immediately swatted away by the wolf's claw. Damn! Even with all attributes enhanced, I can't hurt it at all. I should probe its weaknesses first. Then, after a fierce fight, Xingfeng quickly found a flaw. Although this grey wolf has a copper head and iron back, its waist and abdomen are extremely soft. This is likely its weak spot. He then pretended to be injured and fell to the ground. When the grey wolf pounced on him, Guang stabbed it with a knife. In the blink of an eye, the entire blade pierced through its body. Successfully killed a level 1 mutant grey wolf. Level increased to 2. And a black iron chest dropped. Opened one chest. Successfully obtained level 2 weapon Blood Wolf Battle. It seems that killing mutant bosses has a much higher drop rate. Who knew the weapon in hand hasn't even warmed up yet? Branches and grey wolves surrounded him. Seeing this, Qin Feng immediately went into battle mode. It must have been that dying grey wolf that called its companions. Just perfect to test my new blade on you all. After an intense fight, not a single wolf survived. because after he leveled up to 2, his 4-dimensional attributes improved significantly. Plus, that weapon's power far exceeds, was far more powerful than the novice dagger. Throughout, it was basically a one-sided massacre by him. Ding! Awarded 1 point of reputation. This is Heaven's Path, rewarding the player for slaying the mutated beast. However, the specific use was not explained in the pop-up window. At this moment, a message on the World Channel caught his attention. 50 kilometers south of the novice village, there is a mutated tusked boar. Everyone, try to stay away from this area when farming monsters. Qin Feng was overjoyed. This location is right near me. It might be a disaster for others, but for me, it's definitely an opportunity. Maybe I can even find another black iron chest. Following the instructions, Qin Feng arrived at the tusk boar's cave. Looking at the dark entrance, Qin Feng felt increasingly uneasy. Along the way, not a single magical beast can be seen within a 5-mile radius. Is there some powerful beast inside here? I hope I'm just overthinking. Let's go in and take a look. Unexpectedly, after taking just 2 steps inside, a huge tongue suddenly stood before him. It was surrounded by dark red vertical ripples, tightly encircling it. This is a mutated venomous zombie snake. At this moment, a sense of unease welled up in Qin Feng's heart. Although he had been on guard, he was still caught off guard. The toxic gas spewed by the beast burned his eyes. He didn't expect the beast to have mastered such a skill. Fortunately, earlier, he had taken the red mango, which provided immunity to most of the toxins, but Qin Feng still lost his vision. Even using his talent for visual enhancement was to no avail. But I won't sit and wait for death. The enhancement of smell and hearing still allows me to sense your location. When the giant beast is paralyzed, Qin Feng takes the opportunity to swing his blood wolf blade from the snake's hand to its 7-inch point. Kill the first-level mutated venomous reliever to explode. A black iron chest reward of 110 energy points. Level up to 3. As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Feng's injuries healed completely in an instant, including his eyes that were blinded by poison. It was then that he remembered. The previous announcement from Heaven's Way had reminded us that leveling up can instantly restore the body to its peak condition. However, fortunately, that mutated 10-ring snake was just a single rider. The killer Lin Ji hadn't fully unleashed his powers yet. Otherwise, he couldn't have won by a clever maneuver. It seems, we'll need to be more cautious in our future actions. Qin Feng secretly did something while opening the black iron chest. Then, he noticed a faint light. In the distance, it was a light gate. There seemed to be an indescribable aura inside, but it didn't feel dangerous. It wouldn't hurt to take a look. Then Qin Feng strode through the light gate, and countless first-level spiritual herbs came into view. When he looked up, he saw an extremely terrifying scene. Strange beasts with human heads surrounding a dried corpse. At that moment, a message from the Heavenly Tao announced that he had entered a new space and would block the leaderboard channel. Other chat channels are working normally. Then, after the investigation by the Eye of Truth, Qin Feng discovered that the mummified corpse on the ground was a level 4 human warrior in life. His combat power was as high as 6 stars. Damn, with my current strength, it's hard to defeat him. Moreover, he has the help of 3 heads and 1 arm. We should leave here first. Come back and challenge again when we're stronger. Unexpectedly, that officer sensed his presence. He took the initiative to attack him. No time to think. Qin Zhong quickly leaped up to avoid the incoming chains. But the iron chains seemed like a locking skill. No matter how he tried to escape, they bound him tightly. And this is a mental skill. To shock it. Unless your mental attribute is higher than that corpse. Just as the corpse was about to succeed, Qin Feng, who had fallen into a dormant state, suddenly woke up. Since killing the mutant zombie and snake, every action of Qin Feng, it was all carefully thought out. So the moment he realized something was wrong, he allocated all the remaining attribute points to his mental strength. So just now, he was merely showing a flaw to lower the mummy's guard, to get close and deliver a fatal blow. Then Qin Feng drew the blood wolf war blade from inside. At this moment, he opened the black iron chest and obtained. Then he picked up his battle knife and fiercely slashed at the beast in front of him. In the next second, these beasts suddenly closed their eyes, because the blade of the blood wolf battle knife is uniquely poisoned with venom from the 10-ringed snake's venom gland. Then Qin Feng turned the blade and said, "Now it's your turn." With a ding sound, successfully killed the evil mummy. Reward: 10 judgment points. Completed the system's hidden assessment. Became a level 1 judicator. Judicators are tasked with slaying evil creatures. Only 1 in a billion is chosen to awaken. After skill fusion, a tier 3 skill is obtained. Qin Feng felt a surge of joy in his heart. Oh my god, if I learn this skill, can't I just command fierce beasts to farm monsters for me and level up? Unexpectedly, the next second it says not meeting fusion conditions. Awaken D-level talent. Mind strengthening. With the presale order, you can activate the presale department or awaken the C-level talent of Sixth Sense Connection. Directly open the presale office. Even if he just extracted the talent from that mummy, awaken the Earth-level talent Mind strengthening. He still needs an unheard of presale list. And then Qin Feng, again among those dry corpses who had not yet been useful to humans. Endless extraction from the corpse. Gradually awakened many new talents. The first offensive talent is flame control. While others were grinding monsters to level up, the man was eating grilled meat on the side because this roasted lean meat can quickly restore stamina, and the man was rewarded by the heavenly Tao. He also listed the improved and processed special mini burgers on the trading channel. After all, in this consciousness, not everyone can awaken the fire talent. Every 3 pounds of roasted meat requires one fierce beast's corpse in exchange. This corpse may be useless to others, but for Qin Feng, it is a competition to enhance his combat power. Only because he awakened the SSG talent can he convert ferocious beasts into attribute chains. At this moment, an urgent heavenly Tao announcement popped up. Newbie Village number 137 activated the bet order, strongly linking to Newbie Village number 911 and enabling resource equivalence. During this period, the chat channels of both villages entered intercommunication mode. The resources of the losing side will slow down, while the resources of the winning side will double. The novice village with the first level 5 player will win this comparison, and the victorious level 5 player will be awarded an extra 50 attribute points and a silver idol. Sudden prompt. Qin Feng is pinned in place. Having resources means reducing development space. In that case, the difficulty of the novice assessment will also increase. It seems we must win this victory. Just from the World Channel's conversation, it's clear that the opponent already has a level 4 powerhouse, and it's of a bloodline beyond the human realm. The cultivation speed is much faster than that of the Jiren race. From the start, this bet has been unfair, so if I want to win this so-called bet smoothly, from now on, I have to go to the advanced beast area to hunt fierce beasts. Soon, Qin Feng left the cave and arrived at the area where level 6 fierce beasts live. And based on previous experience, wherever there are many forest fruits, there must be fierce beasts. So, we can start searching where the forest fruits grow. With the assistance of the Eye of Truth, Qin Feng found a second-tier dragon blood herb. Next to it was a fierce beast guarding it. It was a king-level fierce beast, the explosive bear king. Level reaches 6. Combat power rating, 12 stars. It is an extremely terrifying existence, but I might still have a chance to fight. However, before he got closer, Bear King quickly swatted Qin Feng away with a single palm. Tiny human, leave here before I get angry. It seems this ferocious beast has already developed Lingji. It's not like the previous docile ones. In the next second, both sides engaged in intense action. However, the opponent's attributes are very comprehensive, high defense and also extremely fast. Qin Feng gave it his all. With all his innate abilities fully activated, he managed to cut off one of its heads. But this move did not tip the scales of victory in his favor. Instead, it made things more troublesome, because the ferocious beast went into a berserk state, greatly increasing all its attributes. Unexpectedly, Qin Feng just smiled slightly, because this was the moment he was waiting for. To defeat this beast beyond his level, there was no other way but to win in one move. So while he's in a berserk state, in that moment of disorientation, it's Qin Feng's best chance to strike. We see Qin Feng swing the boat, the blood-red wolf blade, and with one strike, the blazing fire blade instantly splits the Bear King in two. It's indeed effective. The blood wolf blade was coated with snake venom, then infused with the power of flames. It could completely break through the defense of that ferocious king beast. Qin Feng then relaxed his tense nerves. He prepared to step forward and extract its innate ability. But after waiting for a moment, the justice of the heavenly way did not appear. Feeling a deep abundance, Qin Feng quickly realized the fierce Bear King is still alive. Then, before the king could strike, he was given the final blow, defeated the level 6 fierce Bear King, dropped 1 bronze treasure chest, gained 500 ability points. First kill, Wang Ji, accumulated 6 points of prestige for the beast. The continuous prompts made Qin Feng very pleased. No wonder it's a king beast. The rewards are quite generous, comparable to 8 or 9 mutated beasts. Then he opened the bronze chest and obtained the tier 2 equipment. Hero King's armor. Defense increased by 25 after wearing. Ice and fire resistance increased by 100%. Then began the endless extraction from that Merlin fruit for bloodline enhancement. During the awakening of the bloodline power, all attributes increased by 30%. At this moment, Qin Feng suddenly knelt down in agony, and a golden dragon appeared. However, as a descendant of the true dragon, Qin Feng of Dragon Country, he quickly used the trace of true dragon blood within him to suppress the blood energy emanating from the dragon blood bone, and used the dragon blood bone to enhance his blood, converting 0.1% of his blood into true dragon blood. Seeing the pop-up of the Heavenly Tao announcement, Qin Feng was in a great mood. After killing the explosive Bear King, I'm now just one step away from reaching level 5. On the other side, in Beginner's Village 137, the top-ranked vampire, Holu, still needs over 600 experience points to reach level 5. This is their own doing. Then Qin Feng found a spectacular berserker nearby and successfully killed it. With a ding, Qin Feng from Beginner's Village 911 was the first to reach level 5, successfully won this resource wager. All members of Newbie Village 911 receive 20 attribute points, and all existing resources are doubled. At the same time, all members of Newbie Village 137 lose 20 attribute points, and all resources are reduced. As the victor, Qin Feng additionally gains 50 attribute points and a silver chest. Just then, a message came through the bank's private chat channel. It turns out someone was farming monsters, and they dropped a resource gamble token. They wanted to trade it with Qin Feng for a first-tier weapon. Qin Feng agreed to the deal without hesitation, because the resources from that token are worth more than even a full set of equipment. At this moment, because Qin Feng led the entire novice village to victory, his reputation and status have risen significantly. However, outside, there may be entities stronger than novice village 137. Therefore, Qin Feng plans to go to the area where level 10 fierce beasts are active, and then start resource betting. This way he can gain more energy points, and have a greater chance of winning. After all, the penalty for the challenger is doubled. Then Qin Feng followed the map's route, and reached the level 10 beast area, but couldn't sense any presence of beasts. Even with enhanced sense of smell, it was useless. At that moment, the ground where Qin Feng stood suddenly cracked open into a large pit. Caught off guard, Qin Feng fell with the rubble into the endless abyss. Then, Qin Feng quickly used the power of flame to adjust the temperature, and safely reduced the fire before hitting the ground. Here, he could feel the presence of endless fierce beasts. Could it be that this is the real level 10 fierce beast area? Qin Feng pondered silently, while walking inward. Soon, a village came into his view. There were traces of human life here. Could it be this is the once abandoned newbie village? So if the novice assessment fails, number 911, the newbie village might end up in this state too. Suddenly, a pack of life-guarding wolves appeared abruptly, and they even spoke human language. This is not a place for humans. After probing with the eye of truth, what we see are called Hell Soldiers, and they are as high as level 15. The rest of the information is completely undetectable. There's no way to leave right now. I'll have to test them out. After all, who could resist a 10% drop rate? With that, he took out a level 4 weapon from his inner world, the Blade of Sealing, obtained from opening a silver chest. This was his confidence in entering this level 10 beast zone. Driven by curiosity, Qin Feng took out the great sword and charged at the opponent. Soon, both sides were locked in a fierce battle. I didn't expect them to send just one person, and I already feel somewhat defeated. Even with the Blade of Wind imbued with the power of fire, I can only manage a stalemate against him. Moreover, it seems like he's not even taking the fight seriously. His attacks lack strength, and are full of openings. Are you toying with me? Then, under the holy tomb, Qin Feng unleashed his full potential. Wielding his giant sword, he ended this bizarre battle, successfully killing the Hell Soldier, and dropped a dark seal fragment. Endless Extraction obtained the Earth-level talent, Dark Manipulation, awakened the autonomous skill Hellfire, and promoted to level 2 Arbiter. The one just killed seems to be the leader of this group of beasts. Why is there not a trace of sadness or anger on their faces? Qin Feng felt a sense of unease rising in his heart. Just then, the hellhound that should have been dead was unexpectedly standing unscathed behind Qin Feng. "Human, are you looking for me?" As soon as the words were spoken, Qin Feng, sensing something was wrong, quickly used his speed talent to leap forward, dodging the attack from behind. It turns out these hellhounds are immortal. Even if they are killed, they can quickly revive. Just as Qin Feng thought he was about to perish, the opponents suddenly stopped attacking. They all gathered at the door, and then gradually disappeared. While Qin Feng was puzzled, there was a ding. A pop-up notification appeared. A ruined village emerged in the darkness and disappeared before dawn. I see. But next time I encounter them, I will definitely crush those kobolds. Then continuous notifications appeared. 2 people in this beginner village reached level 5 or above. Opening regional chat channel. 1,000 novice villages successfully connected. This novice village is the 47th connected village. If nothing unexpected happens, then it happens. Just connected to the regional channel a second ago. The next second, village 446 forcibly activated resources. The rules are the same as last time, only the content has changed to first upgrade to level 8. And from the chat channel, the opponent's leader is only 2,000 experience points away from level 8. No wonder they dare to activate resources so fearlessly. In contrast, a gloom has enveloped the entire village 911, because their strongest, Qin Feng, only reached level 5 last night. So in this resource gamble, they are bound to lose. Announcement: newbie number 911, Qin Feng, has reached level 8 first. Won this resource gamble. In an instant, everyone on both sides seemed to be frozen in place, standing there motionless. How could it be so far from activating the resource gamble? But in just those few seconds, it's even faster than meow. At this moment, Qin Feng is feeling down. If it weren't for those unlucky dogs last night, I would have already reached level 8, or even higher. After all, I've almost cleared out the level 10 beast area. Little did he know, an even greater crisis was quietly approaching. As a naturally gifted, handsome, charming, wealthy, good-looking, and with 8-pack abs Chinese in the original world. I was already noted by other countries. Therefore, the moment they joined Channel 1, some of the villages united against them, especially led by Sange and Sakura, the two new leaders. Unaware of this, Qin Feng was still pondering deeply, because just now, the Heavenly Dao announcement gave Newbie Village 911 an indefinite mission to break the 5 elements seal. Requires collecting 5 types of galaxies: metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Head to Dragon Lord's Slope to find the 5 elements altar. Break the barrier seal of the rundown village number 911. Then, all villagers can enter a broader world, develop and upgrade. And Qin Feng decides to follow the mission instructions. First, go to the easiest Lilac and learn about the situation on the prairie. Little did he know that this would be the best decision of his life. Just now, Qin Feng followed the mission instructions to Lilac grassland, and unexpectedly encountered a rampaging mammoth causing havoc. So, without a word, he killed the ferocious beast on the spot, and rescued the woman named Lu Yen. Afterward, he learned from her that her team members were captured by the mammoth herd to be used as food for their family's feast. So Lu Yen asked Qin Feng if he could go and rescue her companions. Initially, Qin Feng didn't want to get involved, but to complete the first phase of the sea-level mission, a multi-person team must be formed. Therefore, this is the best opportunity to win people over. So Qin Feng nodded and agreed to his request. Soon, the two arrived in the area where the mammoth herd lived. They discovered that these fierce beasts could not only speak human language, but even form tribal communities. This indicates that these fierce beasts have developed intelligence. It seems that even a sea-level mission is not easy to complete in the first stage. Afterwards, the two followed their original plan. Lu Yen used their preference for human flesh to lure out the peripheral spine-headed mammoth. Then Qin Feng attacked from the shadows, with their experience points continuously increasing. Soon, the guards of this herd noticed the intruders, based on the unfamiliar scent, and located Qin Feng and his group. Seeing this, Qin Feng's expression became serious, because it was a mammoth, with a defense level of 12, and a combat power rating of 21. This fierce beast is indeed formidable. In their first clash, Qin Feng was already drenched in sweat. Whether attacking or defending, it was more than twice as strong as the previous mammoth beast. However, Qin Feng ultimately had the upper hand. Although Qin Feng was somewhat breathless, the opponent was not faring well either. Its body was covered in horrifying wounds. Then Qin Feng saw a terrifying scene. The wounds on his body were healing at an astonishing speed. Could it be that his innate ability is healing? If I could extract this talent in future battles, I could use more tactics. Seeing the confusion in Qin Feng's eyes, the opponent thought Qin Feng was scared. He said smugly, "You ignorant human. I am blessed by the king. You can't kill me." After several more encounters, Qin Feng discovered this ability has flaws. The healing ability weakens over time, slowly descending. After understanding the actual use, Qin Feng no longer wasted time. Attached the hell bone to the wind scar blade, rushed fiercely towards the opponent, successfully killed the level 12 mammoth guard, gained 1,700 energy points and 3 prestige points, dropped equipment with dragon icon. Outdoor double resistance plus 20, earth resistance plus 10%. Then Qin Feng began to extract his innate abilities. To his surprise, he couldn't extract or copy them. Soon, Qin Feng came up with a solution. Since he couldn't extract them, he would seek out the king who granted them to him. But the most important thing now is to rescue those few bronze coins first. Lu Yen suggested securing the teleportation array first, and then secretly taking them away from behind, before teleporting them back to the novice village. However, Qin Feng shook his head in denial, because the recent battle definitely made them aware. So the current loose guard situation is likely a trap set by the enemy. Don't underestimate these fully developed data from Lingji. The death of that guardian must have triggered Xiangwang's wrath, but this trap was specifically set for me. It would be a waste not to take a look. After much contemplation, Qin Feng decided to stop hiding, walked forward, saw a stranger intruding. The crowd in the alley not only didn't panic, but instead, they orderly made way for him. I knew I was right. This was a trap set specifically for me. As Qin Feng looked ahead at the high and mighty King Xiang, I can't help but feel a bit critical. I didn't expect this warlord's combat rating to be only a few stars higher than mine, and as a ferocious king, the pressure he gives me isn't even as much as those kobolds, but his 100% drop rate is truly unrivaled. Although he had other thoughts in mind, Qin Feng still spoke flattering words. I have long admired the great name of the Prairie Overlord. Today, your sword is indeed majestic, possessing the aura of a king. Actually, Xiang Yu did not set up today's meeting to kill Qin Feng, but because he admired his exceptional abilities. So afterward, he invited Qin Feng to join his tribe, and promised to provide Qin Feng with the resources needed for upgrading. At this point, Qin Feng did not give a direct answer. Instead, he asked Xiangwang if Xiangwang had ever heard of such a major event, where the creatures could ride the clouds, move mountains, and overturn seas. It's just not known whether this is true. Then Xiangwang just waved his hand. The big world you speak of doesn't exist. Beyond the Liluo grassland is the end of the world. The strongest here is me. When Yen Qin Feng immediately understood. It seems the Xiangwang is just a small fry trapped in this grassland. Even the great world that Tianao spoke of has never been heard of. I suppose this Wang Ji is also self-proclaimed. Then I am confident to fight you. Afterward, Qin Fenglang said that submitting to King Xiang means betraying humanity and subsequently joining forces with fierce beasts. So in comparison, I'd rather sit on your throne. With that said, he drew the wind blade and charged towards the king. Meanwhile, life should be going well for the people in the Sakura village. At this moment, they began a resource comparison with newbie village number 991. The content was about the disaster brought by the first village to produce a level 9 expert. On the other hand, the Miyamoto forces were only one step away from the level 9 threshold. On the other side, an unaware Qin Feng is still fighting Xiang Yu. Such a tough energy armor. Even if I can get close to him, I can't quickly break through his defense, and his attacks are also very powerful. The exhaled shield extracted from the Mammoth Guardian cannot withstand even one of his strikes. Given the circumstances, we can only try that move. Before he could launch his attack, Xiang Wan used his innate ability, Earth Manipulation. The ground beneath Qin Feng's feet instantly turned into beautiful quicksand and tightly wrapped around his feet, pulling him deeper. At this critical moment, Qin Feng promptly used his talent skill, Solid Breath, to quickly solidify the quicksand into lumps. Seeing Qin Feng immobilized, Xiang Wang slightly lowered his guard. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Xing Feng swiftly activated his spike skill, and then all around Xiang Wang's body, various sized wounds appeared. Great! The hellfire attached to the spikes is indeed effective, although his earth-type weapon restrains it. Hellfire is a fire nature, and can penetrate his energy armor. In that case, let's continue. We see a towering blue flame surging towards Xiang Wang. Not only did it shatter the earth armor on his body, but it also slowed down his healing ability. Meanwhile, the ground split open at this moment, and a huge stone emerged and struck towards Qin Feng. The situation was urgent. Qin Feng could only catch the stone with his bare hands. Just as he was about to use his skills, a pop-up window notified him that his mental value was low, unable to continue using the skill. Damn it! I calculated everything but forgot this. Now I'm in trouble. I originally had a 70% chance of winning this battle, but the terrain and environment here are very favorable to Xiang Yu. Plus, I've been using skills continuously, causing his mental state to be completely drained. At this point, I have no chance of winning. Just when Qin Feng was in despair, countless fruits fell from the sky and then entered his body. It turned out that when Lu Yan saw Qin Feng fall, he sent out a call for help to others in the world channel. Because Qin Feng, this is the hope of winning the resource bet this time. After seeing the message, all the villagers of Newbie Village 911 offered the spirit grains they had collected before. With timely replenishment, Qin Feng's state instantly recovered fully. Now it's my turn. Then Jiang Feng's blade was infused with hellfire. The blade pierced through Xiang Wang's back and quickly broke through his defense, then placed a hand on Xiang Wang's heart, sending a golden blue beam of energy, giving no chance for retaliation, directly blasting a large hole through Xiang Wang's body. With a ding sound, successfully defeated Mammoth Xiang Wang. Leveling up to level 9, obtained Earth Element Galaxy and Silver Treasure Chest. Congratulations to Qin Feng for winning the resource bet. All resources in Newbie Village 911 doubled. Then Qin Feng slightly raised the corners of his mouth, looking at the resource bet token in his hand. Hee. First it was Asen, now there's Sakura Village. Do they really think we from the Dragon Country are easy to bully? Shitsi, it's my turn now. The man just took out a golden token, causing panic among everyone, because it can forcibly seize others' resources to help oneself level up quickly. Just now, Qin Feng killed the boss in the first stage of the sea-level mission. The mammoth yearns, and will cut down the remaining people one by one, and those 2 snake women serving the king, after the investigation by the Eye of Truth, were found to be rare, harmless killers, with delicate faces and graceful figures. However, Qin Feng noticed the spirit bone in their headbands. It was indeed him. Qin Feng recognized this spirit bone. He decided to keep it for potential future use. After a few words, he let the 2 snake women go. Originally, he wanted to extract their talents, but enchanting dance and flexible demon talents, never mind. After the recent battle, Qin Feng's level has risen to 9, and he also gained the statistical galaxy from the king. It seems it's time to head to the next destination. Then he confessed to Lu Yan and the others, and turned to leave Liloa Plains. But before he could take 2 steps, but then I noticed on the chat channel, those villages that lost the resource bets kept provoking me, repeatedly insulting us, the Dragon Nation people. Do they really think we're easy to bully? He said, taking out a golden card from the inner realm. With a ding sound, resource gambling order successful. Gambling interface activated. Please choose one of the 2 gambling methods. One-on-one gambling. Choose a newbie village for resource gambling. Moderate rewards. Faction gambling. You can choose multiple targets from the opposing faction. We can invite allied villages to join the journey. The camp betting development is very high. Looking at the panel that popped up, Xingzhong's expression gradually became serious. It seems that the previous villages that used resource betting against us all chose one-on-one bets, and I only have one chance to use the betting order. But if we also need to attack those villages, then we can only choose faction betting. Faction selection complete. Immediately after, all villages participating in this resource bet received a pop-up notification from the Heavenly Dao. Qin Feng of newbie village number 911 activated the betting order, initiating the first faction bet in this zone. The losing side will have 70% of their resources deducted. Everyone's attributes will be weakened by 50 points. The winning side, on the other hand, will not. The betting method has been changed from leveling up to a points system. Killing fierce beasts will earn points. The novice village that first accumulates 1,000 points will win this bet. Killing a level 5 beast earns 1 point. A level 6 beast earns 2 points. And so on. As the merciless voice of heavens will fill, all the villagers participating in the bet were stunned. A series of doubts surged in their hearts. Who the hell is this Qin Feng to dare to open resource teams for over 20 novice villages simultaneously? In contrast, the number 911 novice village is surprisingly excited here. You know, ever since their number 911 village was merged into Area 1, they'd been rejected and despised by other villages. Now, Qin Feng's proactive attack is undoubtedly a breath of fresh air for all the villagers. Moreover, they all believe in Qin Feng's abilities. After all, the previous resource bets were won thanks to Qin Feng's incredible speed in leveling up. However, when they saw the final sides of the teams, they were still shocked by the numbers displayed. But Qin Feng remained calm, organizing the spoils of their previous victories. A complete set of exhalation equipment and fire talent skills have evolved to the sea-level tiger controversy. At this moment, his attribute panel has reached a terrifying level. Level 9. Combat power evaluation. 28 stars. Then he opened the Heaven's Path pop-up. Proceed to the next phase of the mission. Head to Jushan and defeat Shijing afterward. Receive the Fine Galaxy. Mission tip, suggestion. Form a monster farming team of 40 or more level 10 strong players. You actually need 40 members above level 10. Could this be? So these are the two powers of Mammoth Xiangwang? I must make adequate preparations for this trip. Qin Feng took out the spirit bone he had previously taken from the snake woman's head. But this wasn't a spirit bone that restores energy. It was a poisonous bimazi, one of the 10 most poisonous substances in this world. Next, extract the toxins inside. Then mix them with the venom of the 10-ring snake. A single drop of the fused liquid can instantly avoid a level 10 ferocious beast. Qin Feng looked excited. Next, head to Giant Wing Mountain to obtain the refined heart and earn some points. At this moment, Qin Feng followed the map. He had just arrived at the second stage, Giant Wing Mountain, and discovered a group of invisible beasts guarding outside Cave B, ready to strike. Faced with points delivered to his door, Qin Feng couldn't possibly refuse. Then, using his innate ability of mind control, he slaughtered all the beasts in front of him. Originally, he wanted to test the new venom he had fused, but these occupied positions are too scattered. This requires a lot of mental energy to control the positions. It's better to use natural breath control first, to force them to gather, and then use venom to kill them. As time goes by, Heavenly Dao pop-up keeps sending notifications. So far, your personal score has reached 300 points. According to the rules, if the main battalion wins the bet, you will receive additional rewards. Meanwhile, a fierce golden beast with a menacing aura has appeared on the battlefield, transforming the gold general into a ferocious beast. And behind him, more and more secondary beasts are arriving. Initially, Qin Feng had an absolute geographical advantage. Therefore, these beasts, which only knew to charge blindly, couldn't get close to him at all. But after the entry of this general-level beast, the dense group started to disperse. They climbed up in a certain formation in an orderly manner, and arranged behind them public welfare, to throw stones, to distract Qin Feng. But in the past, Qin Feng was somewhat apprehensive, but since wearing the full set of earth armor, these ordinary fierce beasts can't break through at all. But these beasts seem unafraid of death, attempting to crush Qin Feng with their sheer weight. But this plays right into his plan. A flock of crimson-blue swallows suddenly appears. With a ding, General Jean successfully gains 3 prestige points for the kill. Ever since Hellfire was tempered by the flame of controversy, the damage from the skirt is already quite significant. But what he finds strange is that there's been quite a commotion here, yet there's no reaction from inside the cave. Forget it, I'll go in and take a look. Anyway, I already have over 800 points. Let's see if I can get to 1000 points. As Qin Feng enters the cave, I found nothing else unusual inside. There was just a smell similar to chocolate. I remember reading in a book once that when ants are in danger, they emit a strange smell to alert others. Maybe they're waiting for me in a drunken state. Sure enough, in the depths of the cave, a fierce beast for life is sitting at the top, regardless of other beasts, and he is currently in the spawning stage. His whereabouts suddenly became clear. No wonder the heavenly way hinted at forming a team for future breeding abilities, and these sworn defenders felt Qin Feng's intrusion while nourishing King Wu, ranked 4th, and were aware of his presence. They calmly unleashed a sound wave to rally the loyal beasts from their lifetime to attack Qin Feng. However, earlier outside, they had been deliberately conserving energy. Thus, in the face of absolute power, these packs of beasts cannot pose a danger to Qin Feng. Seeing his people falling one by one under Qin Feng's blade, he began to panic. Hurriedly, he spat out a yellow ball from his mouth. Qin Feng calmly swung his sword to deflect the attack. But in just a moment, Qin Feng took advantage of the smoke from the explosion and moved to his next position. With a ding, he successfully killed the enemy. He obtained the mission item, the Fine Galaxy. Fortunately, after this, he mainly worked within the beta group. The attack methods are not strong due to the time difference. Otherwise, after killing so many beasts, I might not be confident to kill them in one blow. Next, we just wait for the heavenly path to attack. This will determine the outcome of the camp bet. Meanwhile, the camp bet is still in full swing. At this time, Miyamoto of Village V in the second country. He was boasting about his accumulated 62 personal points, just as he was progressing at his current pace, combining the points of 24 novice villages. Even if he wanted to commit seppuku, he wouldn't have the chance. Suddenly, countless heavenly penalties were announced. The red team won the bet in this round. Village number 5 lost and deducted 50 points. Attribute resources reduced by 70%. At the same time, if the total mental attributes are below 10 points, it will result in physical paralysis. If the total is negative, it will lead to instant death. Suddenly, Miyamoto's village, number 5, was filled with whales. Many villagers died on the spot due to insufficient attributes. At this moment, I was at school and received the faction betting reward settlement. At the same time, because my reputation reached 30 points, activated the Novice King title. All attributes plus 20, and as the initiator of the bet, attributes doubled. Plus 100 points. Plus personal score exceeds 800 points. Bonus attributes plus 160 points. Also won 6 silver treasure chests from the bet. The next second, a voice congratulated on reaching level 10. Reward, a golden treasure chest. Just as I was delighted that I had somehow reached level 10. Suddenly the system notified me of a new quest. Would you like to start a public quest? Future Village Chief Quest. Reward, Village Chief Appointment Scroll and a golden treasure chest. A young man awakens to the highest level. With SS-level talent, he loves playing dirty. Not only does he loot corpses to gain others' talents, he even concocts poison to crazily kill off little ants. Even after the trial of learning while waiting to give birth, he was still beaten down. At this moment, after killing him, I successfully earned the title of Newbie King. At the same time, the system prompted, activate the Earth-level public mission, Future Village, and this mission officially requires going to the abandoned village, where I previously encountered the kobolds, and slay the demon. As a reward for the mission, you will receive a village chief's appointment scroll and a golden treasure chest. It seems this mission is crucial. Without a village chief, the beginner village will be disbanded, but a village with a chief can grow step by step into a town, an empire, or even a divine prison, and the seal I obtained earlier by defeating the kobold is the key to entering the lost village. Now we just need to wait until dark to go and open it. The position of village chief in my novice village must be mine. Immediately, I allocated all the attribute points I won from the previous resource gamble. Suddenly, waves of power surged through my body. At this moment, my combat power reached 47 stars. Simultaneously through extractive refinement, not only has my sense of touch been enhanced, but my berserk strength has also upgraded to earth-level power. This increases my strength 5-fold. Moreover, not only has my precision control reached earth level, but it has also granted me the ability to attach a peerless armor to my body. And now, it's all controlled by my mind. Earth control, alloy control combined to form spikes. The destructive power has also greatly increased, and the energy consumption of the skill has been reduced by half. There is also the awakened talent skill, external fierce chi, similar to the 6 Meridian Divine Sword and martial arts novels. The difference is that it can also be attached to weapons, increasing damage. This kill brought in a huge harvest. But what comes next is the real highlight. In the next second, a golden chest appeared in front of me. Just as I was getting excited, a message came through. The one looking for me was Lu Xian, ranked 2nd. Then Lu Xian spoke up, saying there was an item he wanted to trade with me. What he was interested in was the 2nd-tier weapon, Blood Wolf Battle, that I had discarded earlier. Lu Xian then handed over a treasure chest synthesis card. This card can combine up to 5 low-level treasure chests, synthesize a high-level treasure chest. In an instant, I quickly calculated the gains and losses. A silver chest has only a 2% chance of yielding a tier 4 item, but a gold chest has a 98% chance, and even a 2% chance of yielding a tier 5 item. Others might not have have so many chests. This card is simply garbage. But to me, only a fool wouldn't use it. The next second, looking at the synthesis card in my hand, I couldn't help but smile slightly. Ding obtained the 4th tier Divine Boots, plus 100 defense, plus 50 agility, 100% movement speed, 100% water and fire resistance. Ding obtained the 4th tier Phantom Necklace, plus 100 stamina, with a built-in 3rd tier skill, Phantom Clone. Note: the clone has half the strength of the original, and you need to awaken the C-level talent of 6 senses synchronization. Struck it rich. A tier 4 equipment with built-in skills. At this moment, I still have 8 silver chests in my hand. After posting an announcement to exchange for synthesis cards, I quickly headed towards the Lost Village. Meanwhile, with the blessing of the sealed god boots, the original 3-hour journey took only 1 hour to complete. At this time, the entrance to the Lost Village still has some time before it opens. Taking the opportunity to clear out the surrounding beasts, I honed my new skills. At the same time, I gained quite a few attribute points and experience. Currently, I'm not far from reaching level 11. My combat power has surged to the 49-star limit. Meanwhile, night quietly fell. A huge pit appeared on the ground. Familiar with the terrain, I made a turn, landed gracefully after 3.5 spins. Immediately afterward, the interdimensional gate to the kobold space appeared slowly. Seeing the dog paws emerging from the bushes, I greeted an in, long time no see. Accompanied by a violent explosion, clouds of dust rose. The kobolds were helpless against my spiked attack, and had no way to resist. Only then did I see the attributes of this group. With a combat power of only 20 stars, they were no match for me at all. Demon Sealing Altar, releasing the vengeful demons and killing them. At the same time, those who completed the mission in their previous lives on Blue Star will be rewarded with a golden treasure chest and 200 attribute points, and the initial attributes of their village will increase by 100%. At this moment, the system states, I am currently in the Blue Star realm, the 7th novice to start the mission. I didn't expect that before me. 6 others had already received the village chief's appointment letter. Lancing is truly full of hidden talents. I need to speed up my progress. As I took a step forward into the village ahead, I felt a sinister force enveloping it. Suddenly, a 500-pound fat guy suddenly jumped out from behind me and swung at me. The system notified me that due to multiple wins against Village 911, the difficulty of this task has doubled, and the reward has doubled. This village is the only one with an increased difficulty level. What's going on? I dodged the attack with a bewildered look on my face. The fat guy sneered at me. Just a mere level 10 novice king. Isn't even as good as I was before I died. Before I could finish speaking, the air from my hands swept out, and in an instant, the fat guy was decapitated, tongue and all. So much useless talk. Level doesn't mean anything. Strength is what matters. It seems like my hand. This is the so-called Dark Crystal. Ding killed level 13 king. Vengeful Spirit Messenger. Gained 7,000 energy points. Judgment only adds 110. Promoted to level 11 and obtained the quest item Dark Crystal. At this moment, footsteps were heard. Oh ho. That fat guy is still as useless as ever. The next second, a man holding a long spear, surrounded all over. A boy surrounded by countless ice crystals came behind me. As I thought another one came, Jinzai quickly analyzed. The enemy is also a spirit summoner, with a combat power of 50 stars. I thought if I die here, I will become just like them. Suddenly, the young man's spear attacked me. Immediately, I raised my sword and quickly followed. In an instant, sparks flew as our weapons collided. As the young man's sweep was skillfully dodged by me, he exposed a flaw. I clenched my right fist and secretly gathered strength. In an instant, my fist enlarged rapidly. With unstoppable force, I punched him in the face. The powerful force sent him flying dozens of meters. Unexpectedly, as he was blown away, the progress gauge, I forgot to mention, don't touch me. At that moment, I had just hit his right hand. It instantly turned into an ice sculpture. A moment later, I saw his entire body turn into an ice sculpture. The young man couldn't help but show a smug smile. At the same time, the spear in his hand thrust towards me without hesitation. As the spear point grew larger in my sight, I silently thought, now's the time. The young man who suddenly approached me was instantly impaled by steel tree roots. Notification. Killed level 14 Wraith Messenger. Gained 8,000 energy points. Judgment adds only 120. Gained a dark crystal. Forgot to mention, don't come near me, otherwise, you'll only become my life experience. Suddenly, a terrifying voice came from the altar. In an instant, the dark aura around here intensified more than twice. Then, footsteps echoed from all directions. The next second, 4 vengeful spirits surrounded me. But I remained calm as I faced them. There should be 7 dark gold stones in the tunnel. Where is the 7th person? Then I heard a laugh behind me. I turned and saw a charming beauty. Yet I hadn't noticed his presence at all. At the same moment the girl appeared. I felt dizzy. My limbs went numb. Then my vision went dark, and I collapsed heavily in front of everyone. At this moment, I who was caught in the illusion had already appeared in another space. Watching the beautiful figure of the girl in the illusion, I had no idea that danger was looming outside. Meanwhile, as I lost consciousness, I slowly approached under the girl's guidance. In the illusion, I, single for 20 years, felt like spring had arrived. Little did I know that behind this spring lurked many dangers, for vengeful spirits were already upon me. Suddenly, a strong man attacked first and knocked me down, suddenly charged at me, in the nick of time. My figure appeared out of thin air. Then with one sword stroke, I split the brute in half, taking advantage of the situation. Another sword stroke took down a wraith envoy. Earlier, it was just my skill, phantom clone, that was under the illusion. I didn't expect it to be so easy to deceive these people. The remaining 3 were more shocked than angry when they realized they'd been tricked. The girl in white was especially furious. Then the 3 of them exploded with power and attacked again. The next second, I slashed through the old man's attack. At the same time, I kicked the boy, sending him flying. Taking advantage of the momentum, I grabbed the old man who was sneaking up from behind. A burst of energy blasted him several dozen meters away. At that moment, the girl who had never acted before silently reappeared. I suddenly turned around, and a sword shadow swiftly emerged. Unexpectedly, at the moment of impact, the girl transformed into countless petals. But judging from the feeling of the strike just now, these petals don't seem to be an illusion. Watching the petals dance in the sky, I was sure that woman must be hiding among them. But the next second, countless petals turned into fierce attacks. Forced by the situation, I jumped up and prepared to pull away. Unexpectedly, the petals under my feet changed shape instantly. Then, while I was bound, I was heavily thrown to the ground. It was at this moment that I realized this woman actually possessed both illusion and wood element dual talents. And after binding me, the woman began to examine me with great interest. Who would have thought that I, a mere level 11 novice, yet she killed so many level 15 wraith envoys. With the power in the woman's hand gradually unfolding, I felt like a broken toy, being crazily thrown around. The immense power even controlled my body to repel the trees and boulders. She looks so innocent. Who would have thought she's a damn pervert? Now my only chance is the moment when the possessed armor is removed. The gap between the body and the vines. The next second, I immediately form a flame with my free hand. Taking advantage of the girl's defenselessness, I launch a hellfire barrage at her with my strongest strike. Even though he was a dual talent, he completely lost his fighting power. As he was dying, he discovered that I was like a cheat, having more than 3 talents simultaneously. He had never heard of a triple talent, and went completely insane, muttering incessantly, "The heavens should have erased me." Then I gave an evil smile. Hellfire once again gathered in my hands. Prompt: killed level 16 Wraith Envu. Gained 140 judgment points. Reward: 10,000 energy points. As the last piece of dark crystal burst out, the distant altar began to rumble, and stone merged. Lightning and thunder began to surround us. 7 terrifying forces converged at the altar. The power of the seal rapidly weakened. The next second, a beam of scornful light shot up from the altar. The novice Qin Feng successfully released the resentful demon. The next second, the demon's huge palm came crashing down on me with just one block. The terrifying force made my hands go numb. Before I could catch my breath, another hand followed. Suddenly, as long as a cannonball, it directly smashed me into the ground. Looking at the altar left in a mess by the attack, the demon couldn't help but mock. "I thought the one who killed my 7 subordinates would be more formidable, but it's just you." Immediately I weakly responded that you didn't manage to kill me. Must be quite disappointing for you. Luckily, at the moment of withstanding the attack, I activated the spikes to offset half of the impact, but it still felt like my bones were going to crack. Then I awkwardly rolled away to dodge. The steel roots that were supporting my body broke in response. While the demon praised my toughness, its attacks didn't stop at all. At this moment, I could only dodge and think of a way to break the deadlock. In the next second, I took advantage of the gap in its attack. I launched a spike, drew my sword, and charged. Unexpectedly, what should have been a powerful strike didn't leave a single scratch. Even my level 3 hellfire couldn't cause any harm. Unwilling to believe there was such a gap in strength, I jumped into the air. With level 3 energy in hand, I once again shot at the monster with all my might. But with just a single raise of his hand, the attack was deflected. At this moment, I looked up at the tall figure before me. I had unleashed all my attacks, but still couldn't inflict any damage. A sense of despair washed over me. Could this mission be destined to fail? The next second, I decisively denied that thought. It's just a big boss in the beginner's village. It can't be without weaknesses. At the same time, I began to notice the demon's legs. That was exactly where I hadn't attacked yet. In an instant, I seized the opportunity. With a forceful thrust, a huge slash cut through his knees. The demon, having lost its legs, crashed heavily to the ground. This confirms my suspicion. The defense at the joint connections is bound to be the weakest. The thought that a mere ant could injure me. The demon instantly started casting a spell, binding it and releasing the power. Suddenly, a ghostly claw reached for me from the shadows. But just as I slashed through the attack, a pair of fists fiercely struck from behind. Unable to dodge, I took a direct hit, and was solidly struck. The terrifying force sent me flying dozens of meters. I felt like my internal organs were about to burst out. The next second, I hurriedly activated a healing skill. Fortunately, I had previously extracted the wood element talent from the girl in white and advanced it to the 3rd level. In a few seconds, I recovered completely. Immediately, I looked at Umo with even more determination. With this skill, I can wear him down to death. Seeing that I, the sneaky one, still wasn't dead, Umo was astonished. At this moment, an announcement sounded. Someone had already completed the task and taken first place on Blue Star. One of the top 10 spots was now gone. I have to speed up. In an instant, I rushed back to the demon's corpse. As he let out a roar, 2 ghostly hands came at me, trying to grab me. The next second, I activated my phantom clone skill. While using the clones to distract him, I kept looking for an opportunity to attack. At this moment, he became a tool for me to do as I please, unable to move. Now it's only a matter of time before I kill him. At this moment, 3 people have already completed the village chief's task. I have no choice but to speed up. I can use the skill Hell activity, Inhale Spike. I throw the poison at the yard model under my barrage of multiple skills, but unfortunately it couldn't break through his defense. As my arrow heavily sliced through the flesh of the courtyard statue, the entire altar shook, and the screams were endless. Meanwhile, everyone was nervously watching the progress of the mission. After all, it concerned the development of Jingho 911's novice village. Moreover, the rewards for the top 10 are so generous. Soon after, a notification rang. District 911 newbie village killed Yumu, ranked 5th in Lon Xin. At this moment, sitting on Yumu's body, I couldn't help but sigh. This is the most exhausting battle I've fought since arriving in the killing world. All trump cards were used to successfully kill it. Then I heard a prompt in my ear. Village 911 became one of Lanxing's top 10 villages. Initial attributes increased by 200% as a reward because the task difficulty doubled. 400 personal attribute points awarded. A golden breeding chest awarded a task item mold. Perhaps the next second. System prompt. View the truth of the lost village? I decisively chose yes. The screen showed an angel emanating a harmful aura, appearing above the village. As the angel arrived, the novice village's barrier began to crack. The angel, as the examiner of the trial, a novice in the world of slaughter, must unite to defeat it. But even with the power of 1,000 people, it cannot be moved an inch. With a wave of its hand, the entire village is slaughtered. The former village chief, due to his incompetence, felt resentment and followed the path of the dark demon. They were controlled and turned into a wraith. Only now, upon learning the truth, do I understand that the novice assessment is not the end, but merely a new beginning. The current issue is how powerful the celestial enforcers truly are. I will not allow the same thing to happen to myself. Very soon, I dismissed the useless thoughts. Only by becoming strong can one be fearless. Then I saw in the chat channel everyone urging me to name the village. After consulting everyone's opinions, I finally decided to name it Longyuan Village. Immediately, a huge beam of light descended from the sky, and the originally shattered, desolate village was rejuvenated. Meanwhile, everyone had a one-click return to the village function appear in front of them. The village chief could use it 3 times a day. Seeing this, everyone secretly tried it out. As a flash of light appeared, the next second, everyone gradually appeared in the beginner's cabin. This skill could be used at critical moments to ensure confidentiality, and you can return to the previous wild location with one click. It's simply a miracle. Suddenly, the once peaceful novice village was filled with laughter and joy. At that moment, I started a village watch. Likewise, successfully defending against the heavenly law enforcer will grant substantial rewards. Defeating them will double the rewards. The main task now is to upgrade the village. Construct the guardian altar. 5 conditions must be met to upgrade the village. Population reaches 500 people. The village chief earns the title of novice emperor and upgrades to level 2 wooden huts. At the same time, the number of level 1 wooden huts must reach 100. There must be more than 10 level 10 strong individuals. Upon my command, everyone was full of energy and started dividing the work. I smiled slightly after closing the meeting. The ores we collected earlier on the mountain turned out to be useful here. After I successfully submitted the materials, the cabin was the first to upgrade to level 1. It even received a 50-point attribute reward. Unexpectedly, this action of mine unintentionally showed off in front of everyone. The village chief's prestige reached a new high. At the same time, I received a message while grinding mobs. 100 starry villages reached. The village upgrade competition officially begins. At this moment I learned that the competition would reward 1,000 attribute points. The intense preparations began. With my continuous donations of resources during this time, everyone's wooden huts have basically upgraded to level 1. Seeing my increasingly high prestige as village chief in the chat channel, I couldn't help but smile and say you're welcome. It's just picking up trash to support you all. Also, the contributions from donating supplies. You can not only exchange items donated by others, but also exchange for primary energy from system resources, which grants 100 experience upon absorption. In this way, there is an additional way to gain experience without fighting monsters. This undoubtedly benefits those with low aptitude. Villagers without combat skills have gained a new way to survive, and these non-combatants' life skills are greatly beneficial for upgrading the village. After all, if I can earn 1000 attribute points in the competition, I can attempt to defeat the Sky Mage. Currently, we are just one ice stone away from upgrading the village to level 1. Coincidentally, the ice stone is located in Autumn Water Lake, which happens to be the territory of the one-horned Mystic Turtle King. Part of my 5 Elements quest. I quickly arrived at the edge of Autumn Water Lake, then plunged into the water. Unexpectedly, just a few steps in, a strong feeling of suffocation hit me. It was only then that I remembered I couldn't swim. Back on the surface of the lake, I couldn't help but feel like an idiot. The mighty newbie emperor almost drowned. Meanwhile, a small fish slowly emerged underwater. Before I could react, a huge mouth engulfed me. The next second, I directly cut open the fish's belly and crawled out. After launching an endless extraction on him, I gained a sea-level talent, water dispute. Then gills started appearing on my face. Since the autumn water was not very large, I grabbed a little cutie as my pawn. But even with a companion species, there was no trace of the ice. I immediately punched him in the forehead. I warned him that if he played tricks on me, he could forget about reuniting with his family. Little did I know, when I found this little cutie, he was still happy, and I forcefully took him away. Just then, a mysterious turtle swam past me. Following the turtle's trail, I kept searching. Finally, we successfully arrived at the unicorn, Black Tortoise King's stronghold. At the same time, through the eye of Jin, after seeing the attributes of the Black Tortoise, I decided to deal with him first. After getting the Galaxy of the King, I would then look for the Frost history. Before I could launch my attack, the Black Tortoise below sensed my arrival. I saw a huge creature with a chicken's head, a snake's tail, and a turtle's body. The huge creature suddenly stood up. In the next second, I was the first to strike. With just one blow, I scattered the turtles. Seeing this, the tongue on the tail of the Xian Turtle King let out a sharp scream. As the sound waves began to spread, the Xian turtles below arranged themselves into a phalanx. And this is the biggest battle of the Black Tortoise King, arrayed for a group attack. Although the previous Mammoth tribe and managers also attacked in groups, they were no match for these turtles. No sooner had the words been spoken than countless soldiers fired arrows at me. I hurriedly activated my golden armor to fend off the attack. Just at this moment, from the mouth of the Xuanwu King, a terrifying ice power rapidly gathered. In the next second, a massive warship broke through the sky. As I struggled to dodge, I realized I was underwater. All my skills' attack power had been completely diminished. Immediately after, caught off guard, I was shot through the calf with an arrow. Facing the overwhelming fleet behind me, I had no choice but to flee in a panic and hide. As I looked at the Black Tortoise King not far away, a bold idea suddenly struck me. I immediately used a shadow clone technique and had the clone change positions to draw the attacks. Meanwhile, I took the opportunity to move behind cover, quickly flanked behind the Xian Turtle King. But before I could reach my position, all my clones were blown to pieces. At this moment, the Xian Turtle King sensed something was wrong. A huge sense of crisis made him turn around instantly. Just at this moment, I leaped and jumped in front of him. Then, with all my strength I attacked, blasting his head with hellfire. Unexpectedly, the tongue was his real weakness. At the critical moment, I activated the binding obtained from extracting Lemo. In an instant, the resin ghost hand firmly grasped the tongue. As I struck down with a heavy punch, the prompt indicated the killing of the Uni-Horned Black Tortoise King. Received the task item, Water System King Star River. Level increased to 12. And the turtle hatchlings, who lost their king, suddenly became leaderless. Then came my favorite part, the harvest. After a burst of my furious attacks, they all turned into experience points. Meanwhile, after extracting the talent of the Black Turtle King, the sea-level water dispute evolved into the B-level ice water secret, and also awakened the Tier 4 talent skill, Ice Storm, a miracle with a wide-range attack. The next second, I eagerly used Interstellar. Countless ice swords fell from the sky, piercing through all the black tortoises. The scene before me made me sigh with admiration. This harvest was extraordinarily large. At this moment, Little Crocodile also found the scenery of the Ice Age. After witnessing my terrifying stance, they even proactively led me to another space. Someone was watching as I killed the Xiangui King. Seeing this, a blonde girl jokingly said she wanted to have my child. The next second, someone bluntly advised her to drop the idea, as it's rare for an emperor to emerge from a small world. It's even more impossible to hold out until the 10,000 ages battle to meet you. Moreover, according to the currently observed data, his biggest challenge is not obtaining the 5 elements task King Star River, but the Dragon Cliff Station afterwards. Meanwhile, after leaving Autumn Water Lake, I began to head to the location of the Wood Star River. Unexpectedly, a sudden scream came from below. Several strong men not only seized others' resources, but the lecherous man in the lead also planned to take both wealth and women. The girl's hysterical screams only led to even more frenzied searches. At that moment, the girl was shocked to see the lecherous man in front of her turned to ashes. In the next second, my hellfire filled with anger turned everything into ashes. But in this cold-blooded killing event, similar things happen frequently. Sometimes human desires are scarier than monsters. All I can do is to keep getting stronger, because only the strong can make the rules. I quickly sent the rescued girl back to the village, then set off again for the mission site. Not much brought me to a valley full of man-eating flowers. Facing this group of monstrous flowers, I didn't hesitate. I swung my sword and struck first. Amidst the chaos, I wantonly reaped. Instantly, the wails of the man-eating flowers were unending. Unexpectedly, these eerie cries had a displacement effect. In the next second, countless gigantic flowers, full of history, sprung up from the ground. Immediately, a dense fog sprayed towards me. Just one contact. My arm was severely corroded. Seeing this, I quickly escaped from the toxic gas. With the lesson learned, I no longer stayed behind. Various skills were unleashed, and these man-eating flowers discovered that I have poison resistance. Without getting poisoned, I ran away. The scene before me made me stunned for 2.5 seconds, but in the end, they were too slow and I caught up with them. As the kill notification sounded, they even dropped the second-tier clean wood essence used for upgrading the cabin. Quickly, with my pursuit along the way, I not only gained more than 20 attribute points, my level is about to reach 13. My combat power has directly soared to 87 stars. At this moment, a huge empty screen appeared in front of me. There were several beehives hanging on it. Through the true eye prompt, I saw a group of level 15 bloodthirsty wasps inside. The next second, countless wasps the size of palms flew towards me, but I didn't panic at all. I could use this to test my newly acquired skill. With a raise of my hand, instantly, a surge of icy power swept the area. Countless ice shards began to appear in the sky, unleashing the Tier 4 talent skill Ice Storm. Suddenly, swords of ice rained down from the sky. All the poisonous bees that were hit turned into stunning points of light. Moments later, my level successfully rose to 13, just as I marveled at the power of a Tier 4 skill. One move to cut down 3,000 enemies. At this moment, the previously dead tree started making noises. I saw a ferocious beast with a human-faced trunk suddenly appeared, and he was obviously surprised by my arrival. Seeing clearly through the eye of truth, this is the true target of my mission. The Deadwood Demon. A ferocious beast with a wooden galaxy. As the tree demon spread the thorns on its head, the stoneflower that was still fleeing immediately turned and charged at me furiously. At the same time, a gust of wind exploded on the thorns. Golden queen bees flew out from the bushes. Facing the siege of these fierce beasts, I arrived just in time. The next second, I directly activated the heat stroke skill, slowly shouting, "Listen to my command." As soon as the words were spoken, the poisonous bees I had killed earlier flew back into the air, but the half-disabled wasps were no match for the queen bee. They were instantly torn in half, but I wasn't the least bit worried. I commanded the remaining wasps to continue attacking, as the tree branch wasps clung to the queen bee. The next second, an explosion sounded. The queen bee was blown to pieces. At the same time, the system announced the discovery of a rare item, golden royal jelly. Little did they know, this is my new strategy, using the jade beast tree to infuse hellfire into the bodies of hornets. Get close and ignite the fire directly. Taking down the queen bee is effortless. But how could a simple wasp understand human tricks? Taking advantage of its distraction, I swiftly moved in front of it. Then, with one sword stroke, the roots and thorns were severed. Watching the severed golden branches with threads of flame attached, Xiao had an incredulous look. The golden branches with super regeneration abilities were now being completely suppressed. At this moment, Xiao felt an unprecedented crisis. In the next second, the branches dancing in the sky emitted strange energy, instantly surrounded me with a force. I was still confident, but immediately sensed something was wrong. I saw this force form a vortex around me, and then my body started to wither quickly. In just 2.5 seconds, I became a withered old man. So the power of this corset is to take away life force, trying to make me die of old age. At this critical moment, I activated the rejuvenation tree to counter it. Immediately, two forces within me clashed continuously, but couldn't completely eliminate the black mist. Then I thought she should be most afraid of flames. I could try hellfire. In the next second, hellfire bursts out from within me. At this moment, the hellfire keeps devouring the black mist in my body. And the immense pain makes me cry out in agony. Finally, with a spurt of blood, all the black mist is completely burned away by the hellfire. Immediately after breaking free, I punched the tree demon. Unexpectedly, the scene before me was truly absurd. It's absurd to the point of opening the door for absurdity. Absurd to the extreme. I saw the tree demon kneel down without hesitation and start begging for mercy. It even said it was willing to offer the King Star River directly to me. The situation before me really left me at a loss. Do all these tree demons and flower demons play like this? The next second, Xiao slowly took out the wooden Milky Way from his body and said there was another treasure to give me. At this moment, the man-eating flower beside him was stirring restlessly, and he took out a fiery red object and began to speak to himself. This is a 5th level Fire Luan battle band, possessing the bloodline of the vermilion bird. As an adult, His strength was as high as low level. Do I look like an idiot to you? Hearing this, Shuais broke into a cold sweat, and I watched Shuais turn deep red. The movements of the man-eating plant made me laugh out loud. Right after that, a hellfire directly blasted the man-eating plant into ashes. The next second, Xiao began to speak, saying, "Listen to my excuses first." But as soon as the words, "Fire Demon King," left his lips, I decapitated him in one strike. Notification: killed level 16 Xu Yao and received 10,000 points reward, 4 prestige points, and a silver fragrance. Extracted C-level talent 6th Sense Synergy. Commencing stack enhancement of 6th Sense Synergy. Promoted to be level 6th Sense Psychic. Due to innate talent, upgraded to Phantom Doppelganger. Can now release 2 doppelgangers at once. Simultaneously advance to Master of Numbers. Increase pet's combat power by 60%. As I looked at the battle pet egg in my hand, I knew I really struck it rich this time. This is a pet egg with the bloodline of the vermilion bird. Among them, the Fire Luan can possess low-level power after reaching adulthood, and its hatching method is extremely simple. It only needs to be fed with one's own essence blood. As my essence blood is continuously absorbed, a mysterious seal begins to emerge. In the next moment, a Fire Luan chick breaks out of its shell. Out of curiosity, I just poked it randomly with my finger. Unexpectedly, the little guy has quite a temper. It actually broke out of the shell by itself, accompanied by a huge burst of fire, roaring towards the sky. What surprised me even more was its incredible abilities. Just at level 1, it possesses 50-star combat power, and also has A-level fire laws and space control. The skill, Burning Heaven, is even at level 6. Combining this with my summoning technique, after a 60% power boost, wouldn't it directly break through to 80 stars? Then I used the summoning technique to bind my battle pet, Xiaowan. Using summoning technique binding, as countless drops of blood essence turned into countless symbols, it feels like I've established a familial bond with my battle pet. The next second, a prompt sounded, indicating my connection with Little Ruan was complete. From now on, his loyalty to me will be unmatched in the world of slaughter. At the same time, the summoning spell allows Little Ruan and me to communicate without barriers. But his next words left me speechless. He mumbled and said, "I'm hungry." What surprised me was that my first challenge as a new pet dad was a hungry pet, so I had no choice but to take Xiaowan on a quest for food. And because the pet was too small, I could only grab a flying, fierce beast as a mount. Along the way, I barely kept the little one from starving with hellfire. Before long, we arrived at our destination, Fire Royal Mountain. Here, not only is there food for the little one, but also the place where the Fire Element King, Xinghe, resides. Looking down into the magma, it was filled with countless fire spirits. Seeing the fire spirits, Xiaowan immediately became restless. The next second, he darted out of my arms like lightning. Then, countless fire spirits became food in his mouth, as his master also gained quite a bit of experience points. As Xiaowan continuously killed the assassins, the system prompted a spirit token drop. Using it grants 1 reputation point. Personal limit of 10. This is a good item. Titles granted by reputation can increase attribute points, and here, 3,000 fire sprites can earn at least hundreds of vouchers. Meanwhile, after using them, my reputation reached 87 points. The remaining vouchers can be put on the village exchange channel to exchange for contribution points. At this moment, after Xiaowan had eaten and drunk his fill, he successfully leveled up to level 2. His combat power increased to 60 stars. Suddenly, the fire spirits that had been fleeing in all directions began to gather at one spot. Moments later, a gigantic fire spirit king emerged, facing a beast hundreds of times larger than himself. Xiaowan charged straight at it. Meanwhile, the small-bodied fire gold king kept retreating. After realizing he was no match for Xiaowan, I boldly opened the system panel. Just then, someone sent me a trade request. Unexpectedly, in a world of slaughter, there are still people making unprofitable deals. Someone proposed trading 3 tier 3 items for my discarded great sword. But when I looked closer, I realized these items were all contaminated. Their actual attributes had dropped from tier 3 to tier 2. However, these seemingly useless items were valuable with my SSS-level talent. It's practically tailor-made. The next second, I decisively hit the trade button. Immediately, with the endless extraction talent, the equipment reverted to its original form and gained plus 60 to light bracelet power, plus 20 to bow tie, 100% dark resistance. Ding gain plus 60 to light outdoor defense, constitution plus 50, dark resistance 100%. Looking at the Lightbringer in the equipment information, I and Xiaonan couldn't believe it. There is also a hidden quest here. At this moment, system prompt. The beginner village I'm in has met the upgrade conditions. After I took a glance at the battle pet Xiaolang in the fierce fight, I immediately reminded him to stop playing and finish the fight quickly. The next second, upon receiving the order, Xiaolang directly activated the 6th stage rocket strike. A huge flame was seen, instantly piercing through the head of the Fire King. Countless fire spirits fell out from the body of the Fire King. After one strike, Luan flew happily toward me. Suddenly, A large eye opened instantly in the magma. Then the flames turned into a large hand reaching for Wan. At this moment, I also felt a strong pressure. This power far exceeds that of the Fire King. It is not something that Wan can currently withstand. Now I directly unleashed the Tier 4 skill Soldier Storm. In the next second, countless soldier swords rained down from the sky. They blocked the giant dog formed by flames, and I take the opportunity to bring Xiao Wan and use the one-click return to village function. After all, the most important thing right now is to upgrade the village. As I pressed the upgrade button, the entire village was enveloped in a beam of light. It indicated that Longyuan village had upgraded from level 0 to level 1. All villagers received 50 attribute points. As the village chief, I received 100 attribute points. Meanwhile, the vampire prince in Yongye village struggled greatly to secure the top position. Finally gathered all the materials to upgrade the village. Unexpectedly, the next moment the announcement sounded. The first level 1 village in Launching Realm is upgraded. The huge contrast left the prince standing dumbfounded. Meanwhile, I was lying in the novice wooden house, looking at the system message. It currently unlocked the upgrade conditions for the level 3 wooden house. And most importantly, when Aoki killed the tree demon, I immediately upgraded the level 2 wood cabin to level 3. Suddenly, the shabby hut was transformed. Even the bed upgraded to a Simmons mattress, and it came with the forecast I had dreamed of. Now there are 4 days left in the village competition. I'm thinking about how to deal with the upcoming Heavenly Law users. Suddenly, a system panel popped up in front of me with a guide manager, prompting me that I had a chance to get double the rewards in a village competition. The price was doubling the original difficulty. If I won, the village chief would get 2,000 attribute points, and the villagers would get 1,000 attribute points. Immediately, a countdown timer for 10 minutes appeared in front of me. Although getting this opportunity this time would alleviate my worries about the Heavenly Law exam. After thinking for a moment, I decided to ask everyone's opinion. Soon after a village-wide video conference, everyone unanimously chose to trust my decision. My idea is very simple. He simply agreed to the challenge. This is a spiritual herb formed from the death of a phoenix. After taking it, it not only can revive the dead, but also grant the bloodline of the divine beast Juke. And the one who killed the fire phoenix is this boy in front of us. The boy was originally arranged by the clan to be the caretaker of the fire phoenix. While playing, he accidentally crushed the young fire phoenix to death. After being insulted by his clan, he slaughtered the entire clan in a fit of rage. After wandering for 100 years, he was subdued by the heavenly Tao and was given the name Fire Demon King. He now guards the Fire Mountain. My previous actions successfully caught his interest, but after the battle in the west, I used the teleportation scroll to return to the beginner village. At this moment, after accepting the task of doubling the village upgrade difficulty, an announcement echoed in everyone's ears. From now on, the difficulty of the Longyuan village competition is doubled. Each level up grants double the heavenly Tao rewards. But when everyone saw the upgrade conditions, they couldn't help but break into a cold sweat. The mission requires the population to be over 1,000 people. You need to know the total population of the village is only 937 people. This is simply an impossible task. Just as everyone was immersed in despair, I quickly gave everyone a morale boost. As long as I complete the current sea-level map opening mission, I can go to the larger world to recruit people. Upon hearing the news, everyone burst into tears of joy. It was as if I saw hope again. Immediately after assigning the construction work to the villagers who seemed energized, I looked at the system panel before me, preparing to start a new round of enhancements. The next second, I took out all the treasure chests and 3 synthesis cards. With a prompt sound, successfully obtained 2 golden chests and 1 dark gold chest. Meanwhile, also obtained a rare tier 5 item. Spike. Gain Nightblade attack plus 300. Strength plus 100. Attack speed increased by 130%. Armor penetration 100%. Wound tearing 100%. Dark power 100%. With the gear equipped, I felt more confident facing the Fire Demon King. Then I activated the one-click return skill and returned to the Flame Mountain. But as soon as I landed, an unexpected surprise appeared before me. Amidst the magma was a fiery red lotus, a 4th-rank spiritual herb formed from the death of a phoenix. Just then, a boy's voice came from behind me. Through his truthful words, I discovered that this young boy actually possessed 99-star Earth level power. Before I could react, the boy suddenly appeared in front of me. At the same time, he claimed to be the Flame Demon King I'm looking for. What he said next shocked me even more. From the Flame Demon King's mouth, I learned that the place I'm currently in is called the Small World. The mummies I encountered earlier were in the Medium World, and above that, there's even a large world. But before I could ask for more information, I saw the young man raise a flame in his hand. In the next second, countless fire dragons flew out from the volcano crater, and under the command of the Fire Demon King, they all came charging at me. But a mere 37-star fire reef is somewhat underestimating me. I immediately launched my skill, Soldier Storm, and charged towards the fire horde with the battlefield. Countless warships descended from the sky, piercing through the head of the fiery pepper with a single strike. The system then announced the kill of the fiery pepper, dropping the item Fire Glaze. But before I could check what the Fire Glaze was, a fiery jellyfish had already already rushed towards me. Seeing this, I couldn't wait to try the newly acquired equipment. As I pressed the button, a fire split in two, and seeing this scene, the Fire Demon King was extremely excited. The next second, countless flames surrounded him, then turned into large hands slapping towards me. The boy gained the ability to control fire at age 7. At the age of 12, he could crush a young vermilion bird with his bare hands. But due to his excessively cruel methods, the elders ordered his execution, who knew the boy not only survived, but also exposed his clansmen completely. Now, heaven has bestowed upon him the title of Fire Demon King. At this moment, facing the boy's attack, I feel a sense of déjà vu. In the next second, a giant flame monster appeared behind him from the lava. Sure enough, it was the creature that defeated the Fire Crystal Queen that day, the one that extended a huge hand from the lava. Fortunately, with the information from the Eye of Truth, this Fire Demon King has a combat power of only 100 stars, so there's hope for victory. As the young man raised his hand, a gigantic fist came crashing down on me, and at the moment of impact, countless flames burst forth. Just when the Fire Demon King thought I was so easily defeated, I firmly blocked the giant fist under the flames. Unexpectedly, the next second, the rock under my feet instantly shattered. Seeing this, I quickly dodged to create some distance, and let my battle pet hide first because I knew, as long as we restrict the Fire Lord's movements, we can bind the torchbearer. Then I charged in first. Facing the giant flaming hand, I launched several strikes the moment I made contact. The static energy ravaged the flames, and the Fire Lord's arm was bleeding profusely. In that moment of distraction, I appeared from behind ready to strike, but I didn't expect the Fire Demon King to see through my plan. Immediately, I was sent flying by a punch from the giant. The immense force directly smashed me into the lava, but luckily, I activated my energy shield in time, and wasn't harmed. I also realized the Fire Demon King's weakness. As long as I attack the fire giant, I can injure his main body in the next second. I immediately activate the binding of aim. Countless black shadows instantly form arms to bind him. Meanwhile, my attacks follow closely, but the Fire Demon King is not afraid at all. He even has a mocking expression on his face. Suddenly, a massive explosion occurs. It turns out he detonated the fire giant himself. Before he could catch his breath, I threw several more pieces on him, but unexpectedly, this small body could withstand the continuous slashes of Wu Street's weapons. Just as I marveled at the mere few star gap being so passive, in a moment of distraction, the Fire Demon King kicked me, sending me flying like a sword. I slashed at him again with my sword, but Cheryl's attack was caught by him barehanded. As he pulled hard, his body lunged forward. Then he headbutted me heavily on the forehead. I still don't understand why I made fun of his hard head. The next second, I saw him slowly lift one hand, muttering, "It's over," to himself. At this moment, the once calm sky began to churn. Immediately, a blood-red spear descended from the sky, and the moment he grasped the spear, his entire aura surged. With just one swing, the nearby lava roared like a tidal wave. Watching the Fire Demon King charge with immense force, I stepped back to avoid the edge, and found the right moment to strike, swinging a sword to force him into the air, then seized the opportunity to shoot countless streams of energy at him. Unexpectedly, the Fire Demon King, 100 stars strong, said that in front of a ground-level expert. He is no more than an ant. Just now, I successfully repelled the Fire Demon King with a single blow. While I was mocking his Earth-level strength as nothing special, the Fire Demon King laughed instead of getting angry, and told me an astonishing piece of news, that after reaching 100 stars in combat power, one must pass the Sacred Martial exam to reach Earth level. Only then did I realize. He mistakenly thought I was talking about a low-level rank. I didn't explain the current situation much. I thought I could take the opportunity to get more information from him. From him, I learned about the real high-level experts. Even ordinary people could crush me with one hand. Even if I upgraded the village and created a guardian ceremony and became a high-level dancer, it would still be difficult to defeat the double difficulty Heavenly Law practitioners. But it's not entirely hopeless. When the combat power reaches 130 stars, even a human-level Hello Qin Feng. He is a man who has lived for thousands of years, knowing well that if you can't beat the protagonist, join him. Casually, there are dozens of divine spiritual fruits, turning enemies into friends and making contracts with each of them. Young people should eat more. Just now, Qin Feng successfully unlocked the sealed forbidden area. The elder in the altar not only called out his name, but also had a strength of 109 star combat power. Although Qin Feng was somewhat surprised, he was not without the power to fight, but facing countless guardians around, plus a 100-star powerhouse, winning is not that easy. Bloodline talent began to evolve. This is the best NPC I've ever seen. Not only did the old man casually give away dozens of dragon blood fruits infused with true dragon bloodline, but he also offered a rare series that can enhance equipment power. He even let Qin Feng extract his own powerful talents. Just now, Qin Feng took the dragon blood fruit. His true dragon bloodline reached 3%. Bloodline talents is a block comparable to a transmigration cheat. Not only does it have an independent space, it can grow spiritual herbs and nurture living beings. It can even enter and exit freely at critical moments to avoid danger. Just now, Qin Feng, who awakened the dragon soul, had his combat power soar to 155 stars. If you had 300 death warriors, what would you do? Would you collectively go work in a factory for 3,000 yuan a month? Or should I first give Nai 300 little stars? Just now, the Lost Group's elder, Qishan, handed the master-servant contract bestowed by the Heavenly Tao to Qin Feng. Under the constraints of the Heavenly Tao contract, in this room, gathered are geniuses from countless worlds, but because the man comes from a small world called Lanqing, he is ruthlessly mocked by the powerhouses of the great world. However, just when they are gloating, the next second, a voice makes everyone bang right in the face. Just now, Qin Feng came to Tongtian Lake to reach the Vientian Temple. The towering staircase before him is a lake that devours people. Whenever night falls, countless Chang'e come ashore to hunt. Anyone who approaches will be trapped in an endless cycle of illusions. Just moments ago, Qin Feng single-handedly broke through Chang'e's illusion. Then he discovered that the one controlling everything was a purple-haired woman. Resolute, Qin Feng centered himself and unleashed a storm of energy. After engulfing all the ferocious spirits at the bottom of the lake one by one, it finally formed an energy ball full of terrifying power. Then begins. Women are born with a pair of camera-like eyes. Anyone she locks onto will be instantly frozen like a photograph. If you forcefully move, you will experience both soul and body tearing. But despite this, Qin Feng endured the intense pain and teleported dozens of times. In the end, he discovered the effective range of these eyes is 20,000 meters. So, Qin Feng immediately ordered the battle bug Xiaowan to start the counterattack. As soon as the opponent casts the magic field, instantly teleport 20 kilometers away. In the next second, Qin Feng appears out of thin air behind the Heaven Punisher Jiuyu, taking advantage of the moment before the opponent reacts to launch a powerful strike. Then, using Xiaowan's teleportation skill, Qin Feng employs guerrilla tactics to gain a slight advantage. But there wasn't much fighting until they reached the edge of this space. Xiaowan's teleportation couldn't move any further. Then Jiuyu seized the opportunity and unleashed his deadly move, Pegasus Meteor Fist. In an instant, the entire space was filled with shadows, blocking out the sky. Each one was imbued with an incredibly terrifying aura. Seeing this, Xiaowan wanted to use teleportation to dodge the attack, but the next second, his eyes were filled with shock. Then Qin Feng suddenly yanked Xiaowan back and took all the damage with his body. It turned out Xiaowan's teleportation relied on locking onto spatial nodes to jump, but the terrifying 9 nether full blade had twisted the entire space, resulting in being unable to find the jump node. Warning tree perch. Qin Feng's Tianlong armor began to shatter because it couldn't withstand the damage. It started to crack. If he couldn't interrupt Jiuyu's attack, he would surely die. So Qin Feng thought of a method. First, he let Xiaowan take advantage of her size. Avoid the shadow completely. Get closer to the abyss. At the moment when the celestial enforcer grabs Xiaowan and lets down his guard, Xiaowan minimizes the power of the Skyfire experience and raises the brightness to the max. Then fiercely spits it in the celestial enforcer's face. A blinding flash. In an instant, the statues of the 9 nether were nullified, losing their effect. Seizing the opportunity, Qin Feng took advantage of the gap to approach the heavenly lawkeeper. He then launched a powerful strike at him. Unexpectedly, the 9 nether's reaction was terrifying. In an instant, it countered with a punch that collided with Qin Feng, a clash of immense power. He twisted Qin Feng's arm into a pretzel. Seeing this, Qin Feng promptly released the shadow bind to restrain him. But such a petty trick is laughable in front of the celestial enforcer. The next second, Jiuyu let out a booming shout, shattering his own armor and breaking free from the bind. Unexpectedly, just a single piece of armor falling to the ground created a half-meter deep pit. It turns out, each piece of armor on Jiuyu weighs 10 tons, and their purpose is not for protection, but merely to barely restrain his immense, destructive power. Now let me show you what is the power of a god. Jiuyu caught up with Qin Feng in teleportation, using just her own speed. At the same time, her attack power increased several times. Seeing this, Qin Feng forcibly pushed Xiaowan back into the 0-degree space. After all, in the upcoming battle, even the slightest mistake could be fatal. Just as he finished speaking, Jiuyu's fist appeared in front of Qin Feng's face. With one blow, the ground split into a deep trench. Qin Feng was sent flying thousands of meters into the air. Then, with a flash, he reappeared above Qin Feng. Seeing this unstoppable punch, we need to take out Qin Feng. At the critical moment, Qin Feng focused on the armor piece scattered below by Jiuyu earlier, then used the shadow bind to fling it in front of him. In the nick of time, Qin Feng caught the armor piece and used it to block a fatal blow across his chest. Even so, the terrifying power of the 9 nether forcibly slammed Qin Feng into the ground. At this moment, Qin Feng kept thinking of a way to respond. If he hides in the 0-degree space now, he will certainly be discovered and exploited by the Heaven Punishers. Not only would he be unable to escape unscathed, but Xiaowan and Lin Yu would also be in even greater danger. However, the next second, Lin Yu voluntarily sacrificed himself to shield Qin Feng and activated the time stop field. This white-haired girl has an irresistible, godlike skill, which is the ability to create a time field with double the flow rate. As long as you are in the field, one day would become 48 hours. However, this skill has a major flaw. Just now, Qin Feng was struck hard into the ground by the Sky Enforcer. At this moment, he, unable to move, has become a lamb awaiting slaughter. At the critical moment, Ling Yu emerges from zero. In space, it appeared in front of Qin Feng, and towards the immensely powerful Heaven's Law practitioner Lin Yu, unleashed its strongest skill, Time Stop. However, despite his time domain having the ability to slow down time due to the difference in level between him and the Heaven's Law practitioner, the gap is too big and it couldn't take effect. At the critical moment, Qin Feng finally stepped up and took all the damage. Seeing Qin Feng in such a mess, Taiyan Fazaji mocked Longzu. Keep struggling. I really like seeing you like this. Lin Yu looked at the battered Qin Feng, feeling full of guilt. She never thought she would actually help Dao Mao, but through their conversation, Qin Feng learned that the dragon clan mentioned by Tian Fatsi should be related to his own bloodline talent. So Qin Feng came up with a plan. Perhaps this is the key to defeating him. The next second, Qin Feng summoned a clone. He asked Lin Yu to buy him 1 minute. To ensure Lin Yu's safety, he equipped him with the wind's intent. With the sound of an explosion, Lin Yu and the clone began their 1-minute escape. Qin Feng used this time to crazily devour the dragon evil fruit, even though the sudden surge of energy made him wish for death. Seeing Lin Yu in an increasingly dangerous situation left him no time to think. Moments later, as his clone was blasted into the ground by the Heavenly Law Enforcer, Lin Yu, unsurprisingly, fell into the hands of the Enforcer of Heaven. You little mouse, you're not bad looking, but it's a bit of a pity. As soon as he finished speaking, Ming Yu was slapped away brutally. Looking at his dying state, the Enforcer of Heaven questioned, saying, he's here. I can let you die more quickly. Were you looking for me? Xing Feng. Suddenly, a powerful punch landed squarely on the face of the Heavenly Law Enforcer. The force sent it flying hundreds of meters away. Next, Qin Feng picked up the shattered pieces of the wind wings from the ground. In the next moment, the wind wings, originally in the shape of wings, started to continuously transform. Finally, a device formed on Qin Feng's arm, which is his second form power booster. As Qin Feng leaped forward with force, with the help of the booster, his fist unleashed unprecedented terrifying power. The powerful thrust directly pierced through the 100-ton boulder behind the Celestial Law Enforcer. But as the power continued to wane, the Heavenly Law Enforcer relied on his own strength and withstood the attack, then countered with a punch, which broke his rib like a tree root. Seeing Qin Feng collapse to the ground, the Heavenly Law Enforcer grinned. Out of respect for you, this punch will send you to your death. Just as the attack from the Heavenly Enforcer is about to land, Lin Yu once again stands in front of Qin Feng without hesitation. Master, I'm sorry. I won't be able to stay by your side anymore. In an instant, a shadow pierces through Lin Yu's chest. Watching as Lin Yu turns into scattered starlight and gradually fades away. At this moment, Qing Feng's heart was filled with unprecedented anger. In the next second, a golden dragon aura erupted violently from within Qin Feng. Seeing this, the heavenly judge smirked. Finally, the dragon's soul was forced out. Qin Feng's long hair turned golden, energy surging around him like tides. Before long, a dragon formed behind him, the circling golden dragon. The Heavenly Law Enforcer senses this aura. The battle grows more intense. Such terrifying dragon might. It's like facing the dragon ancestor of old. But now you're just bluffing. Once I seize the dragon's soul, I will return to the divine realm. In an instant, the two of them unleash a world-destroying strike at each other. However, at the critical moment, Sasha suddenly appeared on the battlefield. The man possessed a talent comparable to a cheat code, able to freely extract and use others' talents. However, facing this white-haired girl with a rare time talent, Qin Feng resolutely decided not to extract it. Just moments ago, Lin Yu took a fatal blow meant for Qin Feng and had his chest pierced by the Heaven's Law Enforcer's punch. Seeing this, the enraged Qin Feng successfully entered the Dragon Soul state. However, just as Qin Feng and the Heaven's Law Enforcer were about to engage in a life-or-death battle, Sasha's appearance completely interrupted the fight. Seeing the nearly berserk Qin Feng, Sasha decisively teleported him out of the Holy Void space. Then she turned to look at the Celestial Lawmaker. You used the Holy Void to block the search of the Heavenly Tao, with the intent to kill the challenger. I will immediately report this to the Heavenly Tao for punishment. Upon hearing this, the Celestial Lawmaker idly waved his hand, indicating he didn't care. Anyway, his purpose had already been achieved. It is now confirmed that Qin Feng is the reincarnation of the Dragon Clan, but his death will follow once the novice period ends. Meanwhile, Qin Feng, who was teleported out of the Holy Void, found that his power was still surging. After shattering the entire land, he finally exhaled a long breath. Then, Qin Feng picked up Lin Yu's corpse. Listens indifferently as Sasha reports the rewards. Village Chief Qin Feng completed the hunting game. Reward: 500,000 attribute points. Also obtained unlimited purchase of the all-element stone. Additionally, due to a mistake by the Heavenly Tao, Qin Feng is compensated with a Tier 7 item, the Divine Luo Sky Blade. 100% enhancement to the 5 elements. 100% enhancement to wind, thunder, and light attributes. The accompanying skill, Heaven-Shattering Strike, has a 24-hour cooldown. Additionally, there is the level 6 equipment, Dragon Pattern Battle Armor, with 100% 5 elements resistance, 100% atmosphere resistance. The accompanying skill, Xiantian Guard. However, Qin Feng listened to the series of exaggerated rewards and was not moved at all. Then he calmly asked Sha, "Who exactly is that woman?" Hearing this, Sha hesitated for a moment, and finally only told Qin Feng, "That person is a demigod banished from the divine realm. I will remember this debt. One day he will pay for it in blood." At this moment, Qin Feng watched Lin Yu gradually dissipate in his arms. All members of the lost tribe returned to the world of slaughter after death. Although he could extract his talent before it completely disappeared, Qin Feng didn't want to exploit the skills of the deceased. Moments later, as the universal teleportation array was activated, Qin Feng extended an invitation to all his fellow citizens of the Dragon Kingdom to join the village. Seeing such an opportunity, everyone eagerly joined Longyuan village without hesitation. Before long, the population of Longyuan village has reached 15,000 people. It has met the conditions for upgrading to a level 3 village. As the village upgraded to level 3, all villagers received 400 attribute points. Qin Feng was rewarded with 800 attribute points. Also, because Longyuan village was the first to reach level 3, it successfully won first place in the village competition. All villagers were rewarded with 1,000 points. Qin Feng gains 2,000 attribute points. At this moment, led by Longyuan village, spanning 16 villages, Qin Feng completely rescues all compatriots of Long Kingdom. Then Qin Feng allocates all the gained attribute points to stamina, speed, strength, each 100,000. Plus 200,000 in mental power. Finally, his various attributes reached an astonishing level that left everyone speechless. His combat power evaluation even reached 1,200 stars. After everything was done, Qin Feng looked at the villagers, whose faces were beaming with smiles from the attribute rewards. He quietly walked through the crowd, preparing to tell the news of Lin Yu's passing to his grandfather. Just at this moment, the previously orderly crowd suddenly erupted into commotion. "Something's wrong. That Tsang army is about to break in. The Lin clan has already gone ahead to help." Upon hearing this, Qin Feng's heart surged. Suddenly, he thought of someone, Lin Yun, as Lin Yu's only brother. "I can't let him die again." With that, Qin Feng charged towards the battlefield, leaving everyone staring at the footprints on the ground, all stunned. The man, to protect his deceased friend's younger brother, charged alone into the enemy ranks. However, the outcome surprised everyone. Just now, Qin Feng received news that the Lin family was heading to the front lines to fight the Tsang tribe. The tribe's news. To protect Lin Yu's younger brother Ling Yun, Qin Feng resolutely headed to the battlefield. At this time, outside Longyuan village, the Tsang tribe's army, relying on their strength and numbers, gained an overwhelming advantage. But despite this, led by Ling Yun, the Lin family remained undaunted. At that moment, Sangdu used the skill Quicksand to trap the Longyuan villagers. Then, he released red sand snakes formed from sand, strangling everyone tightly. On the battlefield, the situation for the people of Longyuan village was dire. Suddenly, arms appeared from the crowd, sweeping through the Tsangtu tribe. Seeing the large hand pulling them out of the quicksand, everyone shouted, "Chief Qin has returned!" Qin Feng, on the battlefield, saw a familiar figure. Then he gathered an icicle in his hand and fiercely shot it behind Lei Yu. In an instant, the Tsangtu tribesmen planning to ambush Lei Yu fell with a thud. Qin Feng then hurriedly asked about Ling Yun's whereabouts. Upon learning that Ling Yun was surrounded by enemy troops, Qin Feng first ordered Lei Yu to notify everyone, stop fighting, retreat, and then summon Xiaowan. Search for Ling Yun's location from the sky. Shortly after, Xiaowan discovered Ling Yun surrounded by the Tsang clan squad plane. Qin Feng teleported behind Ling Yun to take the fatal blow for him. Seeing the person coming, Ling Yun couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Qin Feng saw Ling Yun shouting to defeat Sung Siu together and instantly recalled his sister Lin Yu's appearance. The next second, Qin Feng turned his head away in guilt and ordered Xiao Luan to use teleportation to send everyone back to Longyuan village. Before long, those still fighting on the battlefield suddenly found themselves back in the village. Qin Feng, seeing the thousands of troops before him, felt no waves in his heart. Since my people have withdrawn, it's time for you to taste the fury. The next second, accompanied by a soul manifestation, a huge roar echoed through the heavens and earth. Just by relying on the sound waves, all the soldiers of the old formation's warehouse clan collapsed, and the top combat force led by the warehouse clan leader was overwhelmed under this pressure. Despite his level 9 strength, he couldn't even move his body at this moment. Even the ace combat forces accompanying the army, even beasts with a power level of 600 stars trembled in fear. Before the leader of the Tsangtu tribe could recover from his shock, a terrifying energy began to gather. In the mouth of the dragon spirit behind Qin Feng, Rong Wei unleashed it. Instantly, a scorching beam of light, like divine punishment, descended, and enveloped all the members of the Tsangtu tribe. Seeing this, the leader of the Tsang tribe could only anticipate. Order the entire army to use the combined defense skill. In the next second, his body was reduced to ashes under the dragon stream, reduced to ashes, amidst earth-shattering attacks. Tens of thousands of Tsang troops were annihilated by Qin Feng alone. Ding killed the Tsang tribe leader and obtained the Tsang land deed card. As of now, killed the human-level guardian, and gained 150,000 attribute points, 425 million energy points. Killing the earth-level guardian grants 100,000 attribute points, 312 million energy points. Congratulations, your level has been raised to 20. Before long, seeing Qin Feng return as the great sage, all the villagers were excited and surrounded him with enthusiasm. But Qin Feng looked through the crowd. A lonely figure was spotted not far away. It seems Elder Qishan has noticed the news of Lin Yu's death. Meanwhile, inside a certain hall, several people on high seats were listening to the report from the survivors of the Tsang tribe. Upon hearing that the Tsang tribe's army was completely annihilated by Qin Feng in one strike, the leaders of the guardian factions in this world all expressed their suspicions. They are Night Clan leader Yihan, Fei Clan leader Fei Lian, and Xiao Clan leader Xiao Yun. All three of them have broken through the earth level to reach the terrifying heaven level, first rank. However, Yihan stated, with the strength Qin Feng displayed when killing Tsang Zhu, he should have reached the third level of the Sky Extreme Realm. As soon as this was said, everyone's eyes turned to the man in the main seat. The man's name was Yuan Kong, an expert from the Yuan clan who was also at the third level of the Sky Extreme Realm. Hearing that everyone wanted to team up against the challenger, Yuan Kong let out a cold laugh. My Yuan clan never allies with weak races. Do not include me in your plans. When Yan's presence silenced the crowd in anger. After all, there was an extremely terrifying existence behind the Yuan clan. The villain led an army of 100,000 to attack the protagonists. At the critical moment, they arrogantly sent out 3 people for one-on-one fights. He tried to spy on us but ended up losing his life instead. Just now, the Guardian's forces learned that, after Qin Feng killed Sung Fu with a single punch, Yi, Han Feilian, and Xiao Yun formed an alliance to fight against Qin Feng. But Lei Yu suddenly burst through the door in a panic. It was reported that outside Longyuan village, a vast army had appeared. At this moment, the villagers on the city wall, seeing the scene before them, couldn't help but break into a cold sweat. Xiao Yun then raised a white handkerchief, signaling the army to halt. I am Xiao Yun, the leader of the Xiao clan. May I ask where Longyuan village chief Qin Feng is? The next second, a towering city wall suddenly appeared with a deep meaning. I am Qin Feng. What do you want? The leader of the Tsang tribe you killed earlier was my friend. We are here to avenge him. Upon hearing this, Qin Feng felt a strong sense of duty. If you want to fight, then fight. However, Xiao Yun calmly said, although you are powerful, I have 100,000 soldiers behind me. You can't handle them alone, so I have a proposal. We'll send 3 people to fight you one-on-one. If you win, we will immediately give up our hatred and leave. At this moment, Xiao Yun thought to himself, he could take this opportunity to understand Qin Feng's fighting style, making future group battles more effective. Seeing this, Qin Feng didn't take it seriously at all. He pointed to the 3 and indicated for them to come at him together. After saying that, 3 men stepped out from the army and rushed toward Qin Feng. Among them, a thin girl named Zifa formed a spell with her hands, creating a magic spell. The next second, a huge flame shot straight from the magic circle toward Qin Feng. Just as he dodged, a big man swung a punch straight at Qin Feng's head. However, Qin Feng used the momentum of the punch to deliver a spinning kick, skillfully dodged the attack, and kicked the big guy flying with one blow. Unexpectedly, the next second, a sniper from afar seized the moment when Qin Feng was in midair to launch a sneak attack, decisively pulled the trigger. But to his surprise, Qin Feng had already noticed and dodged it with just a tilt of his head. Timely bullets are fired, binding the target and trapping it. Then another punch hits, clashing with the big guy. Just one impact. The big guy's proud paper tiger shatters into scrap. At this moment, while the 2 were holding Qin Feng off, this girl with the hair was preparing a big move. Before coming here, the 3 of them received information provided by their clan. So far, it is known that Qin Feng has 3 types of skills: flying, 5-element magic, and dragon strike. Therefore, these 3 were elite, carefully selected from the clan. And to ensure absolute safety, the 3 also carried pills that can instantly double their combat power. Although the effects of the pills are starting to kick in, the more they fought, the more alarmed they became. This was hardly a fight. It was completely Qin Feng's one-sided crushing. As Qin Feng unleashed his skills on Zifa Maisie, a sudden roar from above. Next second, a thick bolt of lightning struck him directly. Notification: acquired B-level 5 element talent, but due to low-level upgrade failed. Upon hearing this, Qin Feng was greatly disappointed. Didn't expect to deal with such weaklings. And the big guy who saw the scene, it's completely gone. The battle then dashed away frantically, saying he wanted to go home. As for Qin Feng, towards the enemy, he has never shown any mercy. Power is the greatest respect. A punch filled with immense explosive energy was launched at the big guy, accompanied by a loud explosion. The big guy's head was blown off. Seeing this, Xiao Yu cursed. Useless! And was about to do it himself. Qin Feng, witnessing this scene, thought to himself, I knew you were talking nonsense before, but I never planned to spare you guys anyway. He looked at the overwhelming attack in front of him. Qin Feng directly used the intake to destroy them all. In an instant of alertness, the disinfection army was injured by the rebounded attack. Osaka's sword-shaped Xiao Yun also no longer stayed behind. He released an 8th tier skill, God's Stone Projection. In an instant, Qin Feng suddenly sensed something wrong. He could still move his head. The rest of the body parts were all tightly bound by a strange thread, and the places where these threads took root were not the flesh, but the soul. Seeing Qin Feng unable to move, the Shao clan army seized the opportunity to swarm him. But the next second, the place where Qin Feng was suddenly exploded. Then a figure rushed out. In the smoky haze, there was mockery and disdain. For the first time, Xiao Yu's skill was broken free by someone. His face was full of disbelief. Little did he know that during the battle with the Law of Heaven practitioner, Qin Feng's soul strength had already been tempered far beyond the ordinary. A few mere soul-controlling threads are nothing compared to the statue of the Sky Law Guardian. It's simply a joke. At this moment, a breach was suddenly made in the wall of Longyuan village. It turned out the disinfection was a stalling tactic from the beginning, to create an opportunity for the Fei clan to enter the village and massacre. By then, villagers and guardians were mixed together on the battlefield. He can restrict Qin Feng from using the dragon attack. Seeing the plan succeed, Xiao Yun sneered. It seems your backyard is on fire. Hearing this, Qin Feng first shot an arrow to scatter the crowd, then swiftly rushed towards the village. Watching Qin Feng's departing figure, Xiao Yun's face revealed a mischievous smile. When he and the city's two-footed beasts both suffered heavy losses, it was the perfect time for him to reap the benefits. But what he didn't expect was, Xingfeng suddenly put a sword right to his neck. How's my acting? I knew you guys would pull this trick. There are still 2 in the city who are my equals. The presence of strength. Worry about yourself first. Upon hearing this, Xiao Yun immediately wanted to retreat. There was no mention of this information in the previous intel. Tian. Having said that, he gathered all the soul threads into one, tightly locking Qin Feng's arm, and he didn't look back. Ran off into the distance like a madman. Even though Qin Feng felt that this thread was much stronger than before, it was still insignificant. The next second, as the hellfire from the ruins flared up, Xiao Yun, along with the soul thread, was instantly reduced to ashes. Killed the Shao clan leader, dropping the 7th Shao clan card. Then Qin Feng extracted an 8th level skill from Xiao Yun, God's Stone Release. However, just as Qin Feng tried to activate the skill, the effect before his eyes gave him a start that he couldn't help but be shocked.